Thank you for joining us here in the theater and online at home. We cannot wait to show you what we have today, and I can promise you it's more interesting than a keychain. Oh. Too soon, maybe? Too soon? I don't know, up in the balcony, are you guys ready? Yes!
Down on the main floor, you guys are ready!
Let's go, players! All right, everybody. Everybody at home, are you ready? Yes. We're just gonna assume that they're ready.
Well, if you're ready for the biggest biggest show in gaming, then let's start the show.
Let's do it!
Let's do it!
Already.
What is this supposed to be?
The fuck McMuffin is this? This happened last year with the Dancing Panda. Remember they were playing Bubble Pop. Yeah. Remember that?
I think I went there from my memory until this moment. Thanks.
I bet you did. I'm glad I reminded you.
I'm not glad you reminded me.
Oh, you're so happy right now.
So many things that I really remember.
So we're already starting out with nonsense.
Yeah. I'll mark that on the bingo card.
The panda can dance though.
I mean, Ubisoft had one job, just be better than EA.
I mean, he was kind of looking down and to the left, but okay, yeah, sure.
Well, what else is he supposed to do? It's a huge ass helmet. His head isn't as big as the helmet is.
You can try harder. Not an excuse.
Wow. You know what? His president's wife told him to be best. He's being the best right now, okay, for himself.
Your song.
I'm offended by the usage of the song.
Okay then.
White people,
Seems
how
like
dare
everyone's
you?
offended.
Banana.
Oh, they're getting it. From Norwegian.
To be fair, it looks like there's a good mixture of people.
There's no good mixture of
Okay.
people ever.
Diversity. They have a panda.
If there's even two white motherfuckers in there, you already done killed it. White people should never at any time be dancing to the song.
It really shouldn't be, to be fair. Yo, that thing is working it though.
Right?
Like, shit. I'm just waiting for them to do BTS.
So, yeah. So, yes, announce the new Just Dance, whatever the fuck it is.
I thought this was Assassin's Creed.
And you play as the panda.
I can play as the panda, yay. That's, you know,
It takes place during Mardi Gras.
you know, this is what I've always wanted for my life.
Listen,
Instead of actually going to Nolans to go to Mardi Gras, I just want to dance like a panda in my living room.
no,
Yeah.
see, no, this is the reason why I should have stuck to the saxophone. I could be on stage right now playing the saxophone with the dancing panda.
Yeah,
Yeah?
God damn it.
Proud of yourself?
you really missed out.
I did.
Proud of yourself right now?
No, I'm very sad.
Good. Because I'm very sad that you just said that bullshit to me.
The slushy smoothie thing is very good.
It did, yeah.
Depending how quickly you finish it, there might be another one before Sony.
Okay.
If not that, then we'll at least have mud slugs.
Hell yeah.
Well, I have to finish the same as because, you know, it's hot and from the glass stuff, so
Get drunk. Wait for your stream.
It'll be better.
it'll be more
Quality.
entertaining. Yeah,
Exactly.
especially during Ubisoft, like
You want to be drunk.
yeah,
with this.
you need alcohol during EA and Ubisoft. And the way Ubisoft started, like yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pretty much I was.
I'm
drunk.
glad I started. I'm glad I got a
Borderline
head
about
start.
to black out.
Well, we'll see. I might make another one in another hour, so.
Yeah, because I'm gonna need like a post Ubisoft drink.
Alright, we're gonna need that aftercare.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do.
Oh, that does help too.
My friends, they're very proud of themselves for doing this.
Ubisoft thinks we love this shit. They're like, this is what the fans have always wanted. This is what they demand.
Yes.
You know what's the weird thing though is like I wouldn't mind playing the Just Dance games. I never played one.
I kind of played the Wii.
But I think now because the camera's like now tracks more movement though, right?
I think so.
Because that's why I like that one game that they came out with.
Dance Central?
Yeah.
The chicken.
Oh, Beyond Good and Evil?
Like it.
Cook, do you hear me?
Roger, Uma.
Half the crew is
It's a pig.
drunk in my sick bay.
Yeah, so Beyond Good and Evil.
Eating on miraculous space chili.
Well, I have no idea what you mean.
They like hug people. I don't want to offend anyone in their sensibility.
No, but I think they do like animal people.
Nest. I repeat, monkey down.
Copy that, Captain. Hey, Paige, bet we could use your space chili to overclock our engines.
Nega tengo mi amor. Only you can melt my circuits.
Keep laughing, fools. The key ingredient to good cooking is love.
Engineering officer, we are dead in the water. I repeat.
Shit. Nada. Hey, wait. I see something. 3 o'clock starboard. It's massive. Like, get that thing. Hold on!
Lock down the bacon. Give me auxiliary engines. Deploy shields and bring up out now. Brace yourselves.
And now you can fly X-Wings.
So? They too were offended by Battlefront, and they're like, we can do it better.
Remember when Beyond Good and Evil was about taking pictures and stuff?
Because you're a cute little reporter. You just don't want to show the corruption.
God's protect us.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna Thanos this shit.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, like, oh, Thanos.
What the fuck?
It's like this could have been its own thing. Like it didn't have
Yeah.
to be like Beyond Good and Evil,
But it's like it's still
watch
like
that be the main person from the first one.
Yep.
Jade.
Yep.
Yeah. The dark side.
Cool. But that was supposed to be like the prequel. So it's a sequel? Like a sequel? Like I know it's a sequel, but
like
it's a
an
sequel
actual
sequel.
like it takes place after the game, timeline-wise.
Gabrielle Schrager, narrative director.
And I'm Guillaume Brunier, senior producer.
We are so
Now we gotta talk
happy
about
to
it.
be back this year to share our progress.
Yeah, actually
on
shows
our
gameplay and not
Beyond
just a
Good
blueprint
Evil
trailer.
2, a game full of wonder, emotion, danger, and high-stakes drama. Last year, you all saw the enigmatic green-eyed Captain Dakini leading the legendary crew of the Gada on a quest to discover the location and the mystery behind a deep space artifact known as Moksha.
But Dakini has since gone missing. Shani is now captain of the Gada, and she's leading a crew into the deep, unexplored space beyond System 3. when they come face to face with their nemesis.
Fans will have recognized a ferocious young Jade. And Paige is back as the incorrigible chief cook of the gala. We've got two other officers, Uma, the holistic...
Because they say young,
and
so
Cal, our
prequel?
chief engineer. And all of these legendary characters will be playing a major role in our prequel.
Okay, it is a prequel.
Yeah.
Today, we are proud to represent our growing production team in Montpellier, Barcelona, Bordeaux, and Sofia. Thanks, everyone, for making it happen.
So, like, how is Jade level Thanos in this, and then she's like...
A cute
nothing.
little picture
Yeah.
person.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
In BGE2, you are a space pirate captain in a distant galaxy near the end of the 24th century.
Yep.
At this year's E3, we will be showcasing a new behind-closed-doors demo, offering a first look at our major location, the sacred city.
The funny thing is, like, everyone looks older now.
Yeah.
Like, even the pig, like,
the
it's...
first pre-alpha gameplay footage.
Maybe they don't know what prequel means. They got the word mixed up.
Ganesha is a metropolis filled with sacred temples, beautiful
Yeah.
gardens, and bustling shops. But it's also a darker underworld, rife with dirty bars and dangerous back alleys.
Our game is an action-adventure RPG that you can play alone or with your friends in co-op. From the intimate interior of a hidden temple to the very edge of the galaxy, fight on the ground and in space at massively different scales. And all of this...
Alright, so that's cool.
What you will be
Can you
seeing
zoom in on
in
the game
E3
station?
is only a very small part of a much more open universe we are creating. A universe we are also building with our fans. Yeah, let's go.
With Beyond Good and Evil 2, we want our community to participate in a way that's never been done before through the Space Monkey program. We want our fans and people all over the world to really be a part of creating the game. So today, we are issuing an open invitation for people all over the world to contribute their ideas, music, artworks, and create original content that players will experience as they explore the world of Beyond Good and Evil 2.
And there is literally a universe of ways for artists to express themselves, from giant frescoes to murals, street art, music, radio content, and much more.
To do this, we have partnered with a company at the forefront of community collaboration, Hit Record. And here, to tell us more, is their founder, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh.
Oh, what?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, that's nice.
Like, okay.
Then again, Ubisoft likes their celebrities, so...
That's alright. This is a nice
No, that-
surprise.
yeah, my
Like,
girl was
I
like,
wasn't,
"What?"
yeah, like, I wasn't expecting him. He
At
might
all.
not have a place here, but I don't care. Like, I'll take it.
It only played video games.
Jason Gordon-Levitt has plays in every...
I'm
He
super
does.
excited to do this. For those of you who don't know, Hit Record is this thing that I've been making for a long, long time. It's really dear to me.
No, he's not hosting. He's just...
He's there.
Work together on short films or music or art, all kinds of projects. This is the first time we're making stuff that's going to go into a video game. So it's a little bit different than other like creative platforms that you can find on the internet, because the point of Hit Record, it isn't just to post and promote stuff that you've made on your own. The point is to collaborate. So, like when we're making music for Beyond Good and Evil 2, it's not just going to be a thing like a contest where people submit songs and then we pick one or two of them and we put them in the game. We're going to be really making the songs together. And the same goes for the visual assets that we'll be creating. So whether you're a writer, a musician, an illustrator, if you're a pro-level artist, or if you're just someone who really cares about Beyond Good and Evil and that world and you love it and you want to be a part of it, there's going to be ways for you to contribute. Our first creative challenges are live. As of like now, someone's at my office pushing the button, like very nervous. You guys are doing great. And yeah, so come to our site, check out the Beyond Good and Evil 2 page at hitrecord.org, and that's it. Go do that shit. Thanks.
Hit Record's approach.
He is very hyped. He's very excited.
He's like, I'm so happy about this.
Team, and we really can't wait to see what the community creates. So let's do it.
Me too.
We will be showcasing some of this content at our very first dedicated community event, the BG Fest, which will take place in Montpellier this fall. Thanks everyone, have a great E3.
Thank you!
Okay, so show's over.
Yeah, that's it. Everyone go home.
But still no release date or anything, so
No,
that doesn't sound like it's gonna be coming out this year.
Anytime soon, yeah, no. Especially if they're doing stuff with fans, like, it's gonna take a couple years to get all that asset out.
Alright, so Rainbow Six Siege.
What's
Cool.
up, everyone? My name is Justin Kruger, community
I've
developer.
been getting slightly better at it.
And I'm here today to talk about our community. Our community that inspires us and drives us every single day. The Siege team back in Montreal has actually been so inspired by seeing all of the millions of people playing our game every
I even started seeing competitions for it,
over the past
which is ridiculous how they play.
absolutely loved seeing
Because they don't play like even just casual or just even really good people play. Like they're like, nah, we're gonna run all over the place. We're gonna split up, run all over the place, and yeah, whatever happens, happens.
I wish I could hug every single one of you, but I don't know if my arms are big enough to hug every single one of you. That would take a long time as well. As you can see, as the community grows, so does the game. And as you can see behind me, Team Rainbow has recruited the Italian GIS operators, Maestro and Alibi. Actually, this image represents 10 seasons, 40 operators, and 19 maps that is all free in-game. And if you want to get to know all of these guys a little bit better,
But you can pay
play
money if
Operation,
you want
Parabellum, which is playable
Encourage
right
it.
now.
to have them all.
And if you want to see them in action at the top of their game, tune into the Rainbow Six Siege Pro League, kicking off on June 18th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. The world's biggest esport teams will be competing for 6 months of intense
Until the
Rainbow Six
agents team
action.
come in and wreck
This is
everybody
one
up.
of the many ways to enjoy competitions for Rainbow Six. The 6 majors
Is that a
just
Korean
around the corner
team?
will be hosted in Paris.
Right, well, I mean, for Overwatch, the Worlds don't start yet, but they have their, their league things. So each team has at least one Korean.
Yeah.
Be the pinnacle of Rainbow Six.
I don't know, does Koreans even care about Rainbow Six
I don't think
or
so.
Ubisoft?
Probably not.
Do they even know what an Ubisoft is?
Probably not.
So
They probably think it's a
whether
disease.
you're a player or just a fan of esports, there really is
They
no
be
better
wrong?
time to get into Rainbow Six esports. And with the growth of the game,
Why
the
that look like
community, and
Reaper?
the esports teams,
Look like what?
we wanted to take
Looks like one of Reaper's
reflect
skin.
on some of our
Oh,
most
'cause
influential
probably.
players. Today, I'm excited to unveil a sneak peek at an upcoming documentary that is focused on a few familiar faces who took their love for Siege to the next level. Without further
Yeah.
ado, here's the first look at
They added like a lot of different outfits and customization, so it's like it's very
Possible that this is getting very similar.
because it's very like Overwatch like that. Now.
Mhm.
Like,
The greatest injury to ever happen to me, only because
you know, you have events and stuff.
it brought Siege to me.
I've been doing this for what, since year one?
I mean, this is all cool and everything, but I don't care. Like,
Like,
go
why-
back to showing trailers.
Like, I
and
don't
shit.
want to watch people that make way more money than I do playing a fucking game.
Better than I do.
Eu recebi sorriso, uma lágrima.
And they get
uma
paid a
emoção
stupid amount of money.
de umas pessoas que eu nunca vi na minha vida, que eram torcedores da BD.
Acho que você tem que realmente botar toda a sua emoção dentro do jogo.
But seeing the matches really are like ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. The matches are always good.
So obviously they're still going to be supporting Rainbow Six Siege. But God knows when, really. Because I mean, that's it. I don't know what this is supposed to be about. But yeah, I mean that's the only purpose Rainbow Six Siege has. It's not really Trials. It's it's not really a single player game at all. Its only purpose is to be a multiplayer game. So I don't see the point in coming out with a sequel anytime soon if they could just keep supporting this one.
Yeah, no, they can keep coming out with content.
Yeah. What the f-
Okay.
What was that?
Okay. What the fuck? Probably Ubisoft.
Trials is all about crashing with style and...
So I'm already putting it out there that Ubisoft already won for worst conference this year.
Yep, that's it. That's all it took.
Prime Minister of Finland.
All they had to do was just be better than EA. That's all you had to do. You had just one job: be better than
then you had to
EA.
get this motherfucker on a goddamn motorbike and crash into something and force a meet.
Like EA actually acted like professional. Like they were like on their best behavior, wearing their Sunday best.
Trying to
on a Saturday.
be adults.
Yeah, trying to be grown, mature ass adults. And then here comes Ubisoft.
Ubisoft, like, hold my beer.
Yeah. Never really played the Trials games. They seem really cool because I always thought of them as like basically the Excite Bike of today.
Yeah.
So that's what I kind of like saw them as. I should play one of these days. Whatever.
No, bye-bye. No.
Yeah.
So not only did you just explode, you also had to semi-crush your body.
Yeah. That's part of the appeal of this.
Sorry about that. Trials Rising takes you around the world to iconic locations. You never ride alone and competition is everywhere. But competition is nothing without the players, and our community has always been pillar of Trials. In Trials Rising, we work with our players more than ever. To explain more, let me introduce Brad Hill, also known as Professor Fat Shady.
Okay. Yeah,
Alright.
Ubisoft, what the fuck?
We already spent.
All you had to do was not take the Adderall today. That's all you had to do was not take the drugs. Oh,
Thank you, Auntie, and hello, everyone.
We already talked way too. So is this what we're gonna do? We're gonna stop and talk about every single
game.
I'm a fan of Trials.
Oh, you guys want trailers?
But so rewarding when you overcome something difficult. But
Cool.
I soon realized that a number of players struggled with the harder levels. So in 2013, I created the University of Trials.
I'm already bored.
A YouTube channel dedicated to mastering.
Like I wasn't even bored when I was watching EA. Like that's what's sad.
Ubisoft star players, I want you guys to make some big
Like,
noise.
people know what Trials is. It's not like a huge franchise or anything. They'll just play it for a little bit, get frustrated, and want something else.
Yes.
5 years ago, I was a star player just like you. But when Redlinks began work on Trials Rising, they approached me to design and create all of the tutorial content within the game. It has been an amazing experience for me, but I wasn't the only one involved. 20 community members known as the Trials community. There. I've been involved in the development of this game for the last 2 years. Whether they were track builders, streamers, or speedrunners, each brought something special to help shape this game. Now, if you want to get involved, register online at trialsgame.com for a closed beta happening later this year.
Good.
That's it.
Let's go.
Hey! We're not going to put a big coming soon up here. I think people are going to want to know the release date.
Yes. You're right. Trials Rising will release on February 2019 on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and the first time ever also Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, a lot of games coming out like beginning of the year, like just after Christmas.
Yeah.
Crashing with style and getting up the game.
That's the time for games to come out.
Let's get out.
Early 2019.
Thank you.
Or unless they're all just scared of Smash Brothers. Like, Smash Brothers is coming
When
out.
is Smash supposed to be coming out?
They said 2018 also. But I think that's supposed to be their one big holiday release. So I guess that they just scared everyone.
I don't blame them.
They're like, guys, we can't come out around Smash Brothers. We will die. 2019 releases everywhere. Oh no. Oh.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Division.
My name is Julian Garrity, and I'm the creative director on Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
Monsieur a director of Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell.
A strain of smallpox virus was released on dollar bills in New York City. The infection and chaos spread across the nation. 7 months later, the virus has mostly burnt itself out, but America is tearing itself apart. Washington, D.C. is at the heart of this battle. Under constant threat from dangerous factions, civilians are trying to rebuild. In their survival lies the seed for the rebirth of society.
Yeah, they showed gameplay of this the other day from Microsoft.
Okay, here's some more shit. Nice, someone get the horsey.
Walking Dead?
Pretty much, I mean, it was behind the wall with the fucking village and town. I mean, total original idea, guys.
Keep moving. I didn't do anything.
Some of you may believe the rules are unfair. That's too bad.
Quiet, you! I said no more talking.
The rules are not subject to negotiation. Shut up! Defy the rules, and there will be consequences.
Let's go. Come on.
Examples will be made.
On your knees. Keep still.
You are the last line of defense for those civilians and for the country. If you fail, history will be written by tyrants. If you succeed, history will remember the few brave heroes who fought to save a dying nation. This setting lays the groundwork for a compelling story-based campaign in which your actions have a clear impact on the lives of civilians. In The Division 2, Washington, D.C. must prepare for the greatest threat it has ever encountered. To face it, you and your fellow agents will need to bring your equipment and tactical abilities to the next level. Once agents reach the end of the main campaign, it's time to select a new progression path by picking a specialization. It starts with the choice of a signature weapon, powerful and unique weapons that complement the rest of your equipment. As you progress with your specializations, you will not only grow in power, but also unlock additional tools and abilities, including exclusive versions of skills. Specializations enable you to truly complete your own personal playstyle, but also to synergize with other players and take team play even further. Speaking of teamwork, I'm excited to announce that for the first time, 8 players will be able to come together to face the ultimate endgame challenge. Raids are coming to the Division 2.
Okay.
We learned a lot. We learned a lot from working on the first game. And with the Division 2, we're launching with plans for years of frequent major content updates. Today, we're ready to outline our plans for year 1. we will be launching 3 DLCs in the form of episodes. Each one will bring new story, new areas to explore, and new activities. And the best part, all of these episodes will be completely free for everyone.
Oh, nice.
Where's my Division team? Stay tuned after the Ubisoft conference for an exclusive 30-minute deep dive into our playable E3 demo during our post-show. As you can see, they're getting ready right now, and they'll be playing right after the conference is done. Until then, remember, this is history's defining moment. Hope for the future lies in you, agents of the Division. Thank you.
Not the first one, but I barely played it. Seemed cool though. It's like now it's making me want to play it again. Then I remember it's an online game and I'm supposed to play with people.
I don't like talking to people.
No. Like, it's trying to do stuff by yourself is kind of a pain. Like, same thing with Destiny. That's fairly soon. Less than a year. Oh, here comes the Rabbids part of the conference.
You have the minions. So much. Another
Really?
musical number.
I mean, when Bethesda did it, it was just
the one. And that was it.
And it was Andrew WK.
And it was right at the beginning.
And it was for Rage 2, and...
Hi, I'm Xavier Manzanares.
Look, like, they have to assemble shit while he's standing there talking.
To be back here 1 year after we announced for the first time and released the game, it was incredible. So, as a team, I just wanted to thank all of you.
Oh, Mario Rabbids?
For the support.
Okay, then I guess that's okay.
Thank you.
It's okay, because listen, at least you can play the game. Once you progress enough, you don't have to play one of the Rabbids ever again.
So we also started a year ago.
And I heard good things about it.
Yeah, I heard it's really good.
Yeah, I think we bought it for sale.
And we love Donkey Kong. So for today, we wanted to celebrate the upcoming release of the Donkey Kong Adventure.
You know they wanted to do this at Nintendo's, and Nintendo's like, no.
Then with Grant Kirkhope,
don't do
our
this.
composer, and the band Critical Hits. So please enjoy. Thank you.
They had changed your entrance, so my
changes
apologies.
every day, every second it changes.
Like, why was I hearing talking?
It sounded like he made changes last minute. The score. Oh, that's a really cool cello.
Oh yeah.
But do we really need this?
Yes. So now we have Donkey Kong and Rock.
Okay.
I feel like all this is unnecessary.
Like, at least when Sony did the orchestra thing, it was cool because they kept it throughout the whole show. But this is just... no. You could just show off the game mode and it'll be the same. A little early. That's why that doesn't work. That's coming out very soon.
It was over. The old guard was wiped out. Those who kneeled were now at the gates of hell. They were killing us off, burning our seas from shore to shore.
Oh yeah, that's right. They were making a pirate game, weren't they?
Yeah, because Black Flag did so well. Well, the gameplay of Black Flag, really like.
As fate would have it, the tide turned.
No, I completely forgot that this was a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Because they had a trailer last year, and then I completely forgot.
Oh yeah, because people were like, "Oh no, but Sea of Thieves though."
Yeah.
You're the pirates.
In our new Eden, there was only one rule. First come, first serve. It was dog eat dog. We became kings, queens, lords, and masters of our own new worlds. Fortunes poured down on us. They
There's
had
women
their
pirates.
empire.
Oh yeah.
Now it was our turn. Enemies became friends, friends became enemies. The best didn't trust anybody. The philosophy of the day was more and more. We were alone at the top of the food chain. Well, we thought we were. In a dog-eat-dog world, we were wolves. And wolves hunt in packs.
Now we're gonna have to talk about this fucking game.
Was this like a realistic version of Sea of Thieves? Because that's it. That's what I have to
Yeah.
say. Then walk off stage right
Skull
now.
and Bones, there are soulless empires. There are greedy trading companies, and of course, ruthless pirate games sailing the seas. But there are no heroes. Hello, my name is Justin Farron, Creative Director at Ubisoft Singapore. And for the past year, my team and I have been anxiously awaiting this moment to invite you, our fans, to join the hunt here at E3 2018. Piracy is dead in the Caribbean. The empire is crushing all those who oppose them. So your next big score? The Indian Ocean, home to the richest trade routes in the world, where merchant ships carry cargo worth over $10 billion a year. And you're gonna steal every last fucking coin. First, you need a target. You pick up intel on a heavily guarded frigate, fat with African diamonds meant for the Grand Mogul of India. That treasure will help you claw your way to the top, to become the pirate that no empire can take down. Second, you must know your hunting ground. Our reactive and evolving world is reflected in what we call fortunes, presented to you by Taljeed, the fortune teller. Now, fortunes reveal changes in factions, weather, and the trade routes themselves. Today, Taljeed reveals favorable winds. That means more merchants to rob, but also more competition. And now I'm proud to share with you the essence of Skull and Bones, a shared world where every player encounter matters. Will you fight or will you ally? This is what we call the hunting grounds. All right, pirates, let's head to the hideout and have a great E3.
Your hunt for the convoy starts here, in your hideout, deep within the Chagos Islands. This hidden pirate den provides everything you need for your next strike. From your shipyard, you choose the Black Horn for the upcoming battle. The strong winds will boost its speed, giving its battering ram a devastating punch.
So, what's it gonna be?
Next, choose the right crew and gear for the mission ahead. Demi cannons are slow loading, but deadly at short range. Rockets are blazing fast and deal powerful damage from every angle. With everything loaded, let's head out. The winds are strong and the day is clear. That means more merchants.
I don't care to know anything more about this game.
Like, that's it. I don't care. Just
No,
more
it-
real Sea of Thieves. Okay, got it. Go.
No, it's funny because it's probably going to end up being like For Honor, where for all the times that they used to show off For Honor, I was like, I don't care. I don't care, I don't care. And then, no, well, but what's funny is that the game came out, and I was like, oh my god, I want to play this.
Like, it was really probably when it came out, and then there's
Deception
no
is
one
another
not
tool
playing
in the
now.
pirate's arsenal.
Let's fool these blackguards.
Disguised as a Portuguese merchant, you try to creep past the fort.
Captain, if we engage, they will see it through our guys.
Portuguese merchant and escort!
This island provides perfect cover for a surprise attack. Plot the optimal course for an intercept. Rigging your sails for speed. You want to catch your victim off guard.
Captain, there she is!
Fire as she bangs! Ready to be boarded. Show no mercy. What was theirs is now ours.
But yeah, so this basically Sea of Thieves.
I mean, the only thing that's different is that you actually have a crew.
Okay.
Instead of max 4 people.
And
I was gonna say, if a Kraken shows up, I'm gonna die.
Portuguese frigate ahoy!
Your attack has alerted a powerful Portuguese warship. At the helm is a Commodore, too tough to handle on your own. Even worse, you could lose your loot.
Not the loot.
You need help, and you need it fast.
That one's with us!
Other captains have answered your call. 4 against 1 should even the odds. Your side forms a tight squadron, using a coordinated battle plan. The enemy strikes first. The first ship goes down, breaking your formation. Turns his cannons on you. You brace for fire, absorbing the first blow. Your allies maneuver for position. The Royal Fortune acts as a tank, drawing the Commodore's fire. It unleashes its special ability, Siege Mode. Once anchored, it can fire its cannons without limits.
So with how much that they're talking about it, I'm gonna assume that's gonna come out within a year now.
Yeah.
Its special ability delivers.
And it's not a holiday release anymore.
Yeah.
There's a lot to show right now.
Because I don't know about a 2018 release, but it could be possible. But I was already thinking, like, yeah,
it's up to you to land.
It'd be a 2019 release. Don't know when. It could be a full year from now. But I don't know. They could have the game just enough to come out this year.
The battle is won. But the glitter of gold can turn new allies into deadly enemies. For there is no honor among thieves.
So now they're all fighting each other?
Yep. Okay, 2019.
Yeah. And since they didn't give a specific date, it's probably going to be like anywhere from like a year to even holiday next year. Alright, what's the next game going to be?
To the digital space. Elijah Wood.
We're completely safe.
Transistor? Or transfer?
Oh, I like it is Elijah Wood. What are you doing here?
The fuck?
Hello, everyone. My name is Elijah Wood.
I mean, just like with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, it's like, alright, I wasn't expecting you, but I'll take
And the
it.
opportunity to partner with Ubisoft was something we had to be a part of.
And my name is Benoit Shea, game director on Transference.
He's friends with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
We combine
Yeah,
the
they're
storytelling
like-
techniques of film with the interactivity of video games, enabling us to create this unique, deeply immersive world with a dark and unsettling narrative.
Have you ever dreamed of entering someone else's consciousness, exploring their darkest thoughts and most intimate secrets?
Didn't that game
In
already happen?
Transference- With
Isn't
Transference,
that
we're
premise in
bringing...
Mindjack?
No. With Transference, we're bringing
What's
a
Mindjack?
first-person
Exactly.
exploration game into a chilling new dimension.
To escape, you must go hands-on to search for clues, solve puzzles while shifting between the perspectives of each family member, and attempt to piece together their mystery.
This fall, in VR and on traditional platforms, we welcome you to uncover the secrets hiding in this mind-bending psychological thriller that will leave you with haunting memories long after you put down the controller. This is Transference.
What's going on? Where's Mom?
You're gonna see her real soon, okay? Just hold still.
Don't believe his lies.
Are you comfortable? I know this rig's a bit cumbersome, but that's always the way with these new prototypes, huh? And all you have to do is just be. I know things haven't been so great lately, okay? I do. I've been a lousy father, huh? I'm unable. Lousy husband, too.
You should go to sleep.
You've seen how rotten that's gotten, huh? But all that is gonna change. We're all gonna be together. All of our hard work, reverse the process. All of our sacrifices. That's my gift to you. Us.
Help me! Help me! Please!
Okay. Oh, hey, look, it's another horror game for VR.
Yay!
Because we don't have enough of them.
No.
Which is fine, I want to play all the horror VR games.
Good.
I love you with all of my heart.
Hypocrite. So, is this like Inception?
Yes.
Where's Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
That's why maybe they switched that, like, you know, like switched up by accident.
I have waited so long for this. We will sacrifice the world of Atlas to the harvest.
What are we waiting for? Let's get out there.
Go show them what Starlink can do.
The Legion is growing. There aren't enough of us. We need to find help from every planet in Atlas.
The more of us there are, the stronger each of us is.
Exactly.
You must feed my legion.
Hey, what the fuck? Wait.
Check on TV and shit.
Grax isn't going to stop until we end this.
What the?
Ah, no, they made their own amiibos.
Do we have amiibo ships?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so yeah, we got amiibo ships.
You have a saw your money right now.
Now I gotta keep little toys next
Everywhere.
to me.
Early.
And it's around the corner.
Mm-hmm. I hate these toys. We just got rid of the fucking Skylanders.
Thank you.
Skylanders not a thing
Hello
anymore?
everyone,
No!
I'm Laurel Melville,
I
creative
stop supporting
director
it.
on
Oh,
Starlink
okay.
Battle for Atlas.
And
Last
you
year,
you guys also got rid of
our
the
modular
Disney thing.
starship
Yep.
innovation to the world and showed you
But
how
you guys
players
still have
can
Lego,
configure
you still have the
easily to
amiibos.
adapt to
Mhm.
any
Is
challenge.
there anything else other than those
This
things?
year,
That's it.
we're excited to show you what the depth of the
Yeah,
open
Lego
world
Dimensions
that
is
we
still a
built
thing.
and put the game directly into your hands. We're going to take you on a journey 400 light years away from Earth to the Atlas star system. Discover
secret
exotic
place.
planets, meet fascinating local factions, and forge your alliance. Upgrade your pilots, starships, and gear, and unleash devastating combos to save Atlas from the relentless Forgotten Legion. The mission will not be easy. Atlas is a dangerous place, and our heroes will need all the help they can get.
Could use a little help here. Can you hear me?
What the Star Fox?
Is this Star Fox Adventures 2? That's what I want.
So we can have Star Fox in this game? Are you trying to tell me?
Is that what you're trying to do? Star Fox DLC? I'll pay for that.
Let's rock and roll, boys.
Any fighter ship.
It's not just a remake, like
No,
the new
it,
one?
no, it looks like it's
The legit-
add-on.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's gonna be for that Starlink.
Yep. Motherfuckers.
Okay, so
God damn it.
so now I'm gonna have to buy this
Fucking
game.
people.
I'm gonna have to buy this game for
We
the
have to
Switch.
get it.
It's been decided.
Yep.
Because I'm not gonna be able to use that ship on Xbox or
No,
PlayStation.
because you know it's only gonna
so-
come out for Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, so it's been decided.
Fucking
Star
assholes.
Fox in Starlink. Battle for Atlas.
Didn't Starlink they kind of announced last year? Like they didn't show anything, but they kind of announced
I think
it.
they just did like the title
Oh.
screen. Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to
I was
invite
gonna say like.
Fox and his crew into the game. And Star Fox on Super Nintendo was the first
It's about to come
video
back on,
game
like,
I've ever
I don't
played,
know.
and I'll never forget that. And so for me, this moment is a dream come true.
And this dream was only made possible thanks to our long relationship with Nintendo. We can't wait to play Fox on the Nintendo Switch. I would like to give a special thanks to a dear friend with us in the audience today. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Miyamoto.
Yeah.
Man, what the fuck?
Oh. He's here again. He was here last year, so he's just gonna show up every year now.
These guys are showing it to everyone's conferences.
But for something called Starlink, you think like they would also have.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
So you have Star, Fox.
Fox,
Now we need
that
Link.
Link in it.
He doesn't have to fly a spaceship. He could just ride on.
Like
on
a space
Epona.
Epona.
Yeah, exactly.
I know you were coming today, so I came with a gift. You know, it's the first prototype of the vessel.
Okay.
God damn it!
Yeah. These motherfuckers.
Oh, I already have so many amiibos.
Well, luckily I don't. So I'm just gonna buy this one
Thank you very much.
and call it a day. Like that's it. I don't want nothing else. Don't give me nothing else. I just want Star Fox, and that's it. And you know everyone else is gonna be playing as Star Fox.
Oh hell yeah!
As long as they're on the Switch.
It's literally just gonna be a Star Fox game.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, wait, this game's called Star Link?
Yeah, this is how I'm gonna get my all-new Star Fox in, by playing Starlink.
Wait, didn't Microsoft do this with Conquer? In order to get a new Conquer game, you had to buy another game and pretend it was a Conquer game?
Maybe? I don't know. I don't remember any of that.
Thank you, Mr. Miyamoto, and thank you, Eve. For everyone at E3, please be sure to come by the Ubisoft booth where we'll have a full hands-on demo for you to try. For everyone else, Starlink will launch on all consoles on October 16th with Star Fox as an exclusive Nintendo Switch experience.
Oh shit.
October 16th. Okay then.
Alright, there goes my money.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Check out starlinkgame.com to pre-order the game right after the conference. Thank you so much for being here today, and have a great E3.
For Honor?
I guess so, yeah. I don't know about a sequel to, but maybe like DLC.
Yeah, like a new DLC pack or something.
I know they have this on sale also, but I keep passing up because then I see like other sales and.
Streamers, cosplayers, artists.
I've never seen anyone cosplay For Honor
all of our players.
Okay.
You are For Honor.
I'm sure they're out there.
I'm sure they're out there. I haven't seen any Robocon.
Hello.
Well, yeah, but do you even know people that play For Honor?
Whether it be upgraded stability,
They played it
with
when it
dedicated
launched.
servers, release of heroes,
Well, what about
constant
now?
balancing and new training tools,
Because other games came out.
we would not be here without your passion and commitment. You've helped us enrich the experience. Thank you. But actions speak louder than words, right? In celebration of E3, we are inviting new players to join. So, if you haven't played For Honor yet, now is your chance.
You're doing a free thing.
Starting today and until next Monday,
Free
we are
weekend?
giving away the PC Starter Edition on Uplay. Download it this week on PC, and it's yours for free.
I have to download it.
You know you do.
So come,
You know you're gonna have to download.
Did I immediately delete it?
You basically have to download French Origin.
Yep.
Because building on everything that we've learned, we are now ready to expand our world.
And now they're gonna show DLC. I mean, hopefully now, like, people will try it out. I mean, it's gonna be free for, like, the next month? Say, or week? Whatever it is, I mean, you know.
Waiting for the fall. Tell them something is coming. There's blood in the water. Give them a warning. Let it all come crashing down. Burn the castle to the ground.
Just one more.
Lies, no disguise. It's our time. Let it all come down.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Whoa, okay.
Got Chinese warriors.
Cool.
Marching fire. That seems cool.
After the great
He had to go and
cataclysm
change his shirt.
that brought knights,
Really, you
and
motherfucker?
samurai to fight. Civil war consumed China. warriors of the Wulin factions fought each other but failed to establish order. Amid the chaos, 4 warriors of the Wulin now march west. With a new faction, 4 new fighters, visual enhancements, and single-player content yet to be revealed, the Marching Fire update is our biggest and most ambitious addition so far. But this update would not be complete without answering a huge request from our community. A new 4v4 multiplayer mode fulfilling the classic medieval fantasy. You know what it is? The Castle Siege. So please, allow me to introduce you to this new mode, Breach.
Yes, I've been watching the Doctor Who marathon.
That's one way to catch up on a very long series.
Actually, yeah, it is. That's what I've been doing. Like, started with the first Doctor, and now we're up to the 3rd. And it's in color.
Nice.
Because I was like, oh, I'm not going to watch Doctor Who till I watch the early ones, and it's like, oh, here we are. So now after this, I'm going to start watching new ones. Because I feel like I'm ready. This conference is already pretty long now.
Yeah,
It's like it's an
really
hour.
long.
Yeah, I was hoping it would just be the hour,
Nope,
but it's gonna end up being an hour and a half.
Yeah, because they still haven't talked about Assassin's Creed yet.
Yeah, because we know that
That's
that was
happening.
announced. Yeah.
Thanks, Walmart.
So if it's gonna be like an hour, yeah, but I think they kind of had a teaser trailer.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think they had a teaser trailer. I mean, like, Assassin's Creed, stuff like that always seems to get leaked.
Like, whoever is working on that team, they still need to hire somebody.
You hire an investigator and, like, root out the mole. And kill him. Make an example
Destroy
out
him.
of him. Alright, so, you know, whatever... If it's gonna be an... Oh, okay, we still have time to talk about other things. Apparently.
Cars.
The
Oh,
Crew 2.
that's
Oh, that's right,
right.
we got Crew 2. Alright, so we probably got, in the interest of time, if it's only an hour and a half, we're probably gonna talk about this next few minutes. And then we got Assassin's Creed,
jump right into the
and then that's that.
Yeah.
Freedom to get your hands on your dream car, bike, boat, or plane, and unleash your passion for motorsports all across the United States.
Interested in playing the first one.
Releases on June 29th.
I had
We're
it.
very happy to announce that
Yeah,
the
'cause I think it
Mobile
wasn't a free game.
will be
Yeah.
available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on June 21st. But there's more.
June
You can
21st.
preload the open beta
First
right
day of
now,
summer?
so you'll be ready to hit the road as soon as it starts. From
Dave
all of us
Nobunaga
at
died?
Ivory Tower, welcome to the Crew 2.
The funny thing about this doctor is that he looks more like a magician.
Yeah, they keep the, yeah.
Like, look when they show more of him. Like, are you a doctor or you're for, like, my kid's birthday party?
It's like, no, it's like you're a parent and your kid really wants Doctor Strange at the birthday party. You have $10.
Oh, yeah. Like, so we got the 3rd Doctor Who. You wanted a doctor. He does time travel stuff.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Right? Billy?
But yeah, so I think in the last game you only had cars.
Cars, yeah.
I don't even know if they added motorcycles to it, but like as an update or something like that. But now it looks like they kind of expanded.
So all
cars,
vehicles. Wait,
yeah.
can I do an air balloon? I want to do a heist on an air balloon.
Is that what you do in this? There, you do heists
guess.
or something? Like, I never understood that. I don't know what it is that you do in this game.
Like, all I ever see people do is just drive around.
Right, like, no, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking, like, all it is it's you and a group of friends, and you just race each other and do whatever. Like,
yeah.
I don't think.
Don't get it.
Like, I don't think it's a heist thing or even a story thing. I think it's just a thing.
Like how Horizon tries to have a story.
Right, yeah. So I think that's what it is. So I think really that's their way of doing like a racing game without...
Yeah. Here's Assassin's Creed.
Alright, so this is how we're gonna end the show. So you know we're at the end now.
Yep. Because it got leaked that it was in Greece.
Tell me, Nikolaos. Tell me before you let our son go.
Oh yeah, he let that boy go.
Where
Tekken?
we begin does not define who we will become. Before you, I see a path.
Assassin's Creed Origins came out last year, right?
Yeah.
So we're back to this shit?
We're back to the yearly
Assassin's
releases?
Creed because we didn't learn our lesson?
Because that works so well.
I don't know who's worse not learning lessons, them or Activision.
Like, we could have
Or
done
EA.
An Assassin's Creed for the 2-3 years. They could have done DLC for Origins.
Yeah, they could have done one more DLC for this year.
And then like
maybe this comes out next year.
like announce it next year or
Yeah.
some shit.
You carry the blade of Leonidas. Act like it. As you write your odyssey across the mountains and the sea.
I want to stab people with a trident. So now I can be Aquaman?
Hell yeah.
Alright. That seems kind of cool. Now we gotta talk about it for like next fucking 20 minutes.
Yay.
God damn it.
This is your owl friend who's actually the goddess Athena.
Thank you. I'm Jonathan Dumont, creative director of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is more than just an adventure. It truly is a role-playing journey. You will explore, on land and sea, one of the most iconic and influential settings in human history, ancient Greece. The golden age of Athens saw the rise of democracy, modern medicine, revolutionary art, and Western philosophy. But it was also a time of war. A devastating conflict between Sparta and Athens, the Peloponnesian War, divided the Greek world and changed the course of history. In this world of contrast and opportunity, this land shaped by the gods rages a battle between order and chaos. This is where your adventure begins. You, a simple mercenary, an outcast, to take on an incredible quest to save your loved ones.
I'm bored again.
And become the legendary Greek hero.
You don't explain the story, you just show the story.
Our teams in Quebec and from around the world have spent the last 3 years putting all their energy, passion, and dedication into this project. We have continued to transform Assassin's Creed.
So this has been in production for 3 years, so that's probably why Origins didn't blow people out of the water.
An RPG in
You're
which
working
you
on
will
two
not
Assassin's
just
Creed
play
games
an
at the same
Odyssey,
time.
but your Odyssey, shaped by your actions and choices. And the first choice you'll make at the start of the game is to choose your character.
The guys can be with females. 'Cause remember how last time we said that it's difficult to program women?
Or Cassandra.
You lied.
Yeah, because Assassin's Creed Origins, I think you can only play as the dude, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
It was only
You share the bloodline
The
of legendary
one before
Spartan
said
hero
that one that you had the
bears
twins.
serious weapons.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Leonida's spear.
You're old enough now. My father's spear holds a certain burden, but you're ready. Think of Leonidas. He had great courage, and he made a great sacrifice. You share in his blood and the strength he possessed.
The broken spear of Leonidas gives you access to powerful ranged, combat, and stealth abilities that you can unleash on your enemies. And for the first time, we have deeply changed the way we tell stories in Assassin's Creed. You can now truly interact with history like never before.
Perhaps when I was thinner, both in weight and philosophy. So, tell me, were you able to resolve the situation without bloodshed?
The rebel had guards. I relieved them.
Interesting. You thought the life of a thief and a murderer was worth more than that of soldiers doing their duty.
I wasn't even thinking about him, to be honest.
And what of the rebel?
It's by the
He should be halfway to Mykonos by now.
Oh, really? You let that lunatic run loose? Are you sure that was wise?
I'm not sure approaching you was wise.
Our choices are like ripples on water. They seem tiny and insignificant at the beginning, but they can become devastating tidal waves by the time they run their course.
Over the next few days, you can experience this for yourself here at E3 in our playable demo. And for you at home, here's a full gameplay sequence of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Thank you, have a great E3.
I think if I ever play this game, I want to just play as her.
Yeah.
She seems cool.
Such a beautiful island.
Ah, Mykonos Island, built from the corpses of giants slain by the legendary Iraklis.
Read me the note again.
Eagle-bearing Mystios, that's you. We are a small but fierce group of rebels who'd pay you handsomely to help us overthrow our Athenian oppressors. A warrior named Diocles fights with them. None who face him survive. Please, Mystios, our people are dying. Signed, Kira.
What did your informant tell you?
Word has already spread of you sinking those ships. There's a price on your head.
Whew, that didn't take long.
There's also word of Spartans landing on Mykonos.
So, I'm here to find Kira, who wants me to kill Diocles.
An Athenian ally.
Who's at war with Sparta?
And don't forget the bounty!
Business as usual, then.
Gods protect you, Cassandra.
Thanks, Varnavas. But they'll be too busy protecting Diocles from me.
We've been spotted! Go! I'll handle this!
Fight them for all you're worth! Ella.
Hey, look, you have horses.
Yay!
In an Assassin's Creed.
That's crazy talk.
Mercenary, this can't be good. You're chasing your own death, mercenary!
You won't escape me!
You want my head? Come and take it!
We got a flame sword.
You can't defeat me!
You really should have left me alone.
Oh, now we got RPG shit.
Yep.
Did we have the RPG shit in the last one?
Yeah, maybe?
I don't know. But that's what's funny with playing the new God of War, because I
like
just started it, and yeah, it's like you get loot and stuff, and it's like RPG.
I mean,
Like I don't think you level I don't think you level up or anything like that, but you do get like
Armor and
equipment.
shit.
Yeah. So, but it's still very RPG like.
Varnavas was right. Spartans have made themselves right at home. I'm looking for Kira.
What do you want with her?
The mercenary who bears the eagle of Zeus. You got my message.
It said something about paying me handsomely.
Mercenaries.
Athenians have enslaved our people for too long. Help us free Mykonos from their grasp, and you'll have more drachmi than you can carry.
I'm here to kill Diocles, not go to war.
Which is why I sent word of our rebellion to you and Sparta.
My men are ferocious in a ground assault, but we're outnumbered.
And Diocles fights with the fury of Ares.
Join us in battle. If you're half the warrior Kira says you are, we'll grind these Athenians into dust.
All right, Spartan. I'll fight with you.
Like, where's
Diocles
Kratos?
is mine.
Right?
To battle there.
I like how
calling me
Kratos
for.
goes, he leaves Rome, and this shit happens.
Yeah. So now you get to be part of huge battles.
Yep.
Which makes sense. But it's kind of cool.
Alright, so it's a boss battle.
Zeus has abandoned you, Eagle Bearer!
Diocles! Your life ends today!
Be dead. He be dead. So I guess that's it.
Oh,
so yeah, so
bring your ships again.
that kind of makes sense also.
Yeah. There's a lot of little islands there.
Right around the corner.
I don't even think that's a full year after Origins then.
Maybe? Or maybe really close.
Very close.
No, but what I assume I bet you they had like a second team working
on it at the
on
same
it.
time.
Yeah. Like it was probably one of those things.
Hi everyone, and thank you for joining us. And thanks to everyone watching from home. To our teams,
Yes, they
Yes.
are. They're very proud of
some
themselves.
of the best in the world. Congratulations on a great show.
There's Elijah Wood.
This is where I love it.
Yeah.
I am an
And
I am
Miyamoto.
an optimistic guy.
Miyamoto is
And I
any
am
running back
particularly
is Nintendo.
excited about the future of technology and the positive role games will play in shaping our society. To create these games, we need to work even more openly with you, the gamers. Because we know when we do that together, everything gets better. So have a great history. Thank you very much.
Yay!
Yay,
They did it.
Silver.
Yeah, yay! Yeah. Alright, so that means that Double Fine showcase is gonna be starting.
Yep.
It's gonna be starting
Very
right now.
any-
And then what sucks is that as soon as that's over, then the PC gaming show is
Goes
gonna
right
start.
there.
And the PC gaming show looks like that's gonna end up being like an hour and a half. So yeah, there's really not too much in the way of breaks
Nope.
right now.
Nope. Outside? Right, you can't. We don't have a break. No time, my ally. We don't have the time. Time. Bless you. Bless you. What? No.
Okay. I'm gonna take a bathroom break.
Okay. You go outside? You go outside?
he's in.
I think we lost
Welcome
control.
back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the Ubisoft conference, and we have a special treat. We've got some Double Fine stuff to show you. How you doing? We got Greg from Double Fine and Rex from Foam Sword. How are you guys?
Doing well. Ready for E3?
Excellent. Oh, and Rachel, I'm sorry.
Me, I'm down here on the end.
Yeah. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, so we're going to jump right into it. We've got a few games to show you with some new features. Well, some games you might be familiar with some new features, and some games you might not ever heard of. And we're going to jump right in with a game that's most beloved by us on the Twitch stage. We play it quite a bit, especially if there are difficulties on stage or a guest doesn't show up. We just play Gang Beasts.
Yes,
So
exactly.
we're going to play that right now.
Well,
and
hopefully,
we're going to,
if we don't have difficulties on stage like we currently are.
Oh, we're having difficulties now?
Yeah, trying to get our controls
We are.
started. And
It looks like we are.
Looks like we might have just lost it. This is E3. That's how it goes.
Doing a lot of hot swapping over here.
exactly
Doing
right.
it live. Doing it live. Yeah, 4-player setup, man.
No, you should have. I mean, you guys should have seen it beforehand. We're like, mouse. We need to get the mouse. What's going on?
Yeah, we might still be in that situation, actually. I think we lost all controls yet again. So close, but...
Live television, folks. It
yeah, see if
happens.
we can get it going here again. We have a new level we're hoping to show off for you guys. That's the train level. Brand new. Hasn't been shown yet until E3, so they've been working on it. Game Beasts came out end of last year, and it's been super successful, and people have been playing it and having a great time with it. So we've been trying to keep up and trying to keep new content coming and about to drop some new stuff.
Excellent. How long has Gang Beasts been around?
It's been like 3 years. So yeah, they did a big open early access kind of thing for a while, and it's gone well, and people love the game. So we just hopefully keep making it forever. The thing we're excited about announcing here at E3 actually is that it's coming to Xbox. So we've been working on that for a while now, and it's getting close. We should be submitting in the coming months. So soon we'll have Xbox fun as well as PlayStation and PC. You got it going?
So cool watching the game evolve, a lot of community input. You can see even on the characters once you get in there that there's a lot of change to the skins, the presentation, the map levels. Where are you getting most of your ideas these days?
I think we might be working. Yes.
Are we in?
Potentially. It's loading.
The game has started
All right,
at least.
good.
All right. Yeah. So this is the newest level. Kind of has some of the same tech as the trucks level, if you've seen that. So now we're on an actual moving train. All right, I think we're all in. Bumpers for punching.
Oh no, camera guy, you gotta duck. I gotta fight to fight here.
I'm the cat head. Oh, I'm still on. I'm still
Hold
alive.
on. So bumpers are punch, you hold to grab.
Oh, by virtue of having the best balance, Rachel remains.
Yeah, I think if you just stand on the top a lot of times, that's how you end up winning.
Oh, it was a draw?
Somebody was hidden underneath the train
That was
tracks,
me.
I
I was
believe.
holding. I was clinging on to the side for dear life.
That is a legitimate Gang Beast strategy. Just hide or grab onto something until everybody else dies.
Yep,
All right.
and no one knows.
Okay, I
It's
think
great.
now we know we're in. Everybody knows who they are.
Yep.
All right, stay alive.
What do I-
This back train track does fall off early, so try to get towards the front if you can.
Oh, that's what happened. The back train fell off.
Yeah.
So no. Get, no. Get out of here. Oh, look at that save. Do you see that save?
Yeah. So one of the big things we've been working on
Tiger
actually
Man.
for all of our new stages is
both of
this
you.
concept of escalations. So as you go, things get crazier and crazier.
I'm squeezing my grab. Am I
Get out of here.
You guys are hidden down there.
No, you did not win.
Not yet. I'm trying. So yeah, one of the main concepts is escalation. So in this one, if we were to stay alive long enough, and I think you guys are hidden down here, I'm gonna have to come beat you up.
There I went. There they are.
I did it! Eventually, rocks start falling on the train. Things start getting really crazy and hectic over time if you are able to persist long enough. So yeah, this is a new level. It'll be dropping on PC, PS4, all the platforms we've got soon, and Xbox coming soon as well, and hopefully just more and more Gang Beasts content forever. We love Gang Beasts, and we never wanted to stop. So.
No, it's funny that you said that forever because obviously like this character inspired by Rick from Rick and Morty.
Yep.
And I just wanted to say, Gang Beasts forever, for 100 years. For 100 years, it's good. This is going to be our new thing for 9 seasons.
Yeah. No, that's good. So we added one level a while ago, Lighthouse. This is the next. We're trying to get into a period where we're just going to keep adding more and more levels, new modes coming, lots of stuff left to come for Gang Beasts. But hopefully people will be partying with Gang Beasts for a while.
Oh, yeah.
I'm stuck.
And this is one of those games that is so easy to pick up and play. Goodbye. For anybody.
Oh, the greatest!
Oh, we got a winner.
Do you have a release day for the Xbox?
To be determined. It's still yet to go into certification, but hopefully that'll happen soon. I'd say coming months, but it's getting there. It's playable. It's looking good.
Well, you guys are going to Xbox. You already got 6 skins. You pointed out the Rick and Morty one. Are we going to see any maybe Xbox collaborations?
We'd love to be doing more. So yeah, there'll be both this level and new costume pack coming soon, and that's kind of part of the plan. It's just new levels, new costumes coming, and then obviously there's new modes left to come too. So.
Oh, dude, a Gang Beast Gears of War skin?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Master Chief skin, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're gonna be moving on to a game that actually Rex is here for from Foam Sword.
That's right. Yep.
And it's called Knights and Bikes, and
That's right.
This is a new game, right?
Yes. I mean, we started off with a Kickstarter a few
okay,
years ago, and we've been working on it ever since. Double Fine picked it up, and they're publishing it. If you don't know about it, it is a action adventure game about 2 girls exploring an English island in the 1980s.
Okay.
They're like riding their bikes around. They're trying to find treasure. But a lot of it is just about like friendship, about sort of those very early moments of a new friend and like going on adventures, getting on your bike, exploring all the environment around you, and just, I don't know, just trying to make sense of the adult world around you. So here's our 2 characters. So I'm Nessa.
Okay.
With the black hair. She is like a mysterious stranger who's come to this island. And we're currently in a little caravan, which is owned by Demelza, the other character.
Oh, for Americans, a caravan is a trailer, a pull behind trailer.
Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of stuff like this. I mean,
of course, no, that's absolutely fine. I know what a caravan
This isn't even an English game; it's a Cornish game, and Cornwall is a tiny bit of England. So there's all sorts of references that they're going to need a lot of passing.
I always need translations on this stuff.
Greg is always saying to me, "What?"
Yeah. You're going to put what in your boot?
Yeah.
No, in the boot.
Yeah.
So Greg is playing as Demelza,
I'm sleeping.
and this is an accurate representation of Greg in the morning, so I'm going to have to get him up.
Of course.
Good morning.
Oh, the art's so cute.
Yeah, so Rex draws all of this stuff.
You do the art as well. It's magnificent.
Yeah, there's just we're just a team of 2, and then we have a couple of freelancers as well helping us out.
Now,
portrait.
did you? Because it says on my card, I don't know if you said it, but it takes place in the 80s.
That's right.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Well, that's a big selling point for me personally, because I love the 80s.
Yeah. No, I mean a big cultural touchstone for us was The Goonies. Such an amazing movie.
Absolutely.
Those real kind of like coming of age kind of feelings. Also, the game Earthbound.
Oh yes, a lot of Earthbound Mother fans out there.
Exactly, yeah. But I mean, obviously, we're trying to like bring those kind of ideas up to date.
Sure.
So with the art style, with the fact that it's co-op both like local and online.
That's important to mention. Thank you for saying that.
And we've shown this off a couple of times now, and a lot of the stuff we've shown has been really focused on kind of the action combat mechanics of the game. And you saw I just got, as Demelza, my first ability, being able to kind of kick puddles of mud. But actually, the stuff we're showing here today is a little bit more the exploratory, environmental RPG side of things.
So it looks like we're going to have to be making some choices throughout the game. Is this going to be a game primarily about the choices and their effects?
I mean, it's more about going on this grand adventure, but the interactions that you have between the 2 characters as you go on that grand story. Even like little simple moments like here, we've got some rocks that we can flip them over and find what bugs and insects are underneath. We're picking up this treasure, which is just like very everyday objects, things that you would find in like an actual kid's pockets, like worms and like buttons and kind of like weird stuff that kids collect. And there's kind of a fun thing of like then going into town and like trying to convince some shopkeeper that a big bag full of worms is actually worth like giving you like a cool upgrade to your bike. So there's kind of a lot of playing around with the difference between like the adult world and like the more imaginative like kids world.
And can you convince him eventually?
Perhaps? Yeah. So if we head up here...
Lots of fun playground and exploration right now that we've been doing.
Exactly.
But right now we're supposed to be finding our pet goose and feeding our geese breakfast for the morning, right?
Yeah. A breakfast burrito for a goose.
It's luxurious.
Yeah, so as this is very early in the game, in the overall story, we don't have many abilities, but as you go through, you unlock stuff. We've just unlocked the ability to run and roll. So now we can like tear around the landscape and also do little rolls.
I love the little sound effects that they make when they're doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, it totally speaks to the child in me because I would do that. I still do that. I still do sound effects for little things that I do.
To that.
So you're feeding the geese worms.
Yeah.
How much have we talked about Captain Honkers?
Not a lot, actually. I mean, here we have 3 geese, but one of the geese you are going to befriend, and they will join your party and come on, the whole adventure with you. You probably didn't see it at that moment, but the geese have actually been. Well, we've got the full digestive system of the goose, and
I saw that. Yeah, I didn't want to mention it if I was wrong,
but out the other end. I mean, if Greg was feeling particularly uncharitable, he could kick that residue onto me.
Oh.
Typical kid fun.
Yeah, of course.
Let's go and have a little look in the goose house.
Does the gameplay change fundamentally from playing it as a co-op to playing it solo?
So when you're playing solo, it's more like AI controls. We're still trying to make sure that there's like a good interplay between the 2 characters, but co-op it's very hard to like simulate a full co-op experience in single player. So that's why we've added online multiplayer as well to make sure that other people can join in with the fun.
You said this is a 2-person team, and you brought in some other people to help work on the game, but how has the game changed from its Kickstarter stages and kind of what you wanted to bring to it?
I think the overall, the presentation, I think something that's really great about doing Kickstarter is that you are actually having to show like a very finished product very early, so that you've planned out all of the look and the feel of the game, and then you've just got to get on with it. But obviously, like, when you do that, then there's just a lot of stuff to figure out after the Kickstarter, because we haven't really started the game at that point. So we've just unlocked our bike, as you might guess from the title of the game.
And here, exactly. And here we are, knights and bikes.
Exactly. Well, we haven't got any knights here, but
right.
And we only have one bike.
Yeah. So that's instantly causing a little bit of friction between the 2 characters.
Yeah, I see that.
You can see like Miles is showing off. My character's really sad.
Is there a gaming show is just a few minutes away, where we'll reveal all new trailers and gameplay footage you haven't seen before for the first time. But before we get started, here's a warm-up. The Great PC Gaming Quiz brought to you by Drake's Cakes. And to help me get through the next 10 minutes of tough trivia, I've got my buddy Webster. Are you ready, Webster? Let's see how well you know your PC gaming history. And if you're watching along at home, chime in the chat with your answer. Which of these classic sci-fi games is set furthest in the future? Is it A, Doom, B, System Shock, C, Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, or D, Wing Commander? And the answer, I have a feeling that Webster might have written this question himself, is Wing Commander. And Webster would love to hear your fan theories about how all these games exist in the same timeline. I feel like you fixed this, Webster. Let's see if the next question is also bird-related. What Space Marine chapter is the main focus of the Warhammer 40k Dawn of War series? Is it A, Blood Legion, B, Blood Angels, C, Blood Ravens, or D, Blood Tigers? And no, Webster, Blood Duck is not an option. The answer is C, Blood Ravens. Believe it or not, those are all canonical chapter names. The Adeptus Astartes really like blood. Unlike Webster and myself here, we're very much non-violent people, aren't we? Yeah, ducks are definitely pacifists. Moving on to the next question. Which conventional enemy in XCOM 2 has the most health? Is it A, Avatar, B, Sectopod, C, Archon, or D, Gatekeeper? And the answer is B, Sectopod. My least favourite kind of pod. Are you a Sectopod fan, Webster? Is a duck of good taste? Now, the next, possibly less tasty question. Known as the Clever Hound, this god in the Pillars of Eternity universe is the patron of hunters, explorers, and treasure seekers of all sorts. But is the answer A, Magron, B. Galawain, C. Eothas, or D. Berath? And yes, you do have the excuse to berath me in chat if I pronounced any of those wrong. Webster, I'd like to see you have a go. The answer is B. Galawain, and hopefully he can help me find more time to finish Pillars 2. But we don't have time right now because we need to get on to the next question. Webster, next question. How long have we been waiting since the announcement of Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord? Is it A, 3 years and 6 months, B, 4 years, 11 months, C, 5 years, 9 months, or D, 9 years and 2 months? Webster, I think we both know the answer is far too long. Guys, what have you been up to? The answer is C, 5 years and 9 months. And thinking about it, I could have probably built an actual castle by now if I'd been thinking about it. In fact, Webster could have probably built a castle by now, and he doesn't even have hands. On to the next question. In the 2000 Japanese film Battle Royale that inspired the breakout game genre, what was used to make sure the competitors didn't break the rules? A. Enforcer robots, B. Force fields, C. Explosive collars, or D. The honor system?
It's C. Explosive collars. I know this one.
Not even Fortnite. I definitely had you down as a boogie bomb dancer. But there you go. And the answer is C, the nasty sounding explosive collars. Webster, have you ever won a chicken dinner? They warned me about this before we started the shoot. I'm so sorry. We're just going to take a moment, but we'll be back with the next question in a second. Which of the following provinces of Tamriel in the Elder Scrolls franchise has been the least explored? Is it A,
I have no idea.
B, Elsewhere, C, Valen Wood, or D, Black Marsh, which is I think where Webster heads when he's had a heavy day. The answer is D, Black Marsh, aka Webster's favourite hangout, and hopefully we are Gonian there soon. I'll Gonian and get my coat, shall I? Next question. Which of these items is universally considered a light gift by all villagers in Stardew Valley? Is it A, maple syrup, B, rainbow shell, C, void mayonnaise, or D, prismatic shard? The answer is, of course, A, maple syrup. But Webster, what's your favourite gift? Ooh, a Drake Snapshot. Mine too. How did you know? What is the name of the tallest building you can jump off of in Grand Theft Auto 5? Is it A, Mile High Club, B, Rotterdam Tower, C, Schlongberg Sack Center, or D, Maze Bank Tower?
I'm gonna go with Maze. But I really don't know. Oh, it is. Nice.
Maze Bank Tower, which you might know better as that one I always see in crazy base jumping videos. Actually, Webster, while I've got you here, bugs fly. Apparently so. The next question is, what is the highest price ever paid for a weapon skin in Counter-Strike Global Offensive? Is it A, $8,400, B, $12,900, C, $61,000, or D, $85,150? The answer is C, $61,000. Sometimes you want to put a down payment on the house. Other times, you just want the baddest looking AWP. Webster, you an AWP guy? I had you more down as a lurker myself. I can be wrong, but I'm going to get this next question right. Which of the following prehistoric beasts has not yet made an appearance in Ark Survival Evolved? Is it A, Dimorphodon, B, Sarcosuchus, C, Megatherium, or D, Cynonaphus? I definitely got all of those right. Do not start going on Wikipedia and seeing if I'm right or not. That was definitely absolutely right, wasn't it, Webster? Yes, it was right. Yeah, I paid him handsomely in Drake's Cakes. And the answer was, I might actually get Webster to pronounce this one. It was D. Did it much better than I ever could. I might actually just go and, you know, take it for the day because we've got loads more dinosaur questions after this one. Cyro Nagfus. Cyro Nagfus. Yeah. Okay. Next question. Telltale's The Wolf Among Us is based on what series of graphic novels? A. Fables. B. The Big Bad Wolf. C. Urban Myth. Or D. Legends. The answer was A. Fables. Although part of me thought it was going to be Big Bad Duck because I'm getting chills here. What does a Big Bad Duck sound like, Webster? Who is the first character you ever play as in the original Call of Duty? A. Private Ramirez. B. Private
I actually don't know.
C. Private Martin.
Maybe Private Martin.
D. Private Ingram. The answer is C. Private Martin. And as far as I know, he doesn't have a second name. It's like Private Share. Or even Private Webster. Who is the legit, actual, for real, no, for serious this time, final boss of the Binding of Isaac series? Is it A. Delirium, B. Conquest, C. Teratoma, or D. Mom? The answer was A. Delirium. How did you do, Webster? Nice. Well, thanks for helping me out. We will see you later in the show, yeah? Let's pass it off to the Wilton Theatre in Los Angeles because the PC gaming show is about to begin. Oh. Do I have something on my face? No. Oh, it's good. So good.
They came back for a PC thing?
Yeah. There you go with it. There you go, Bubba. You want to come over here?
My problem with the PC game thing is that they talk a lot.
Yeah, they do.
Like, it's almost like part talk show-ish. Sometimes also...
There is magic in PC gaming.
Alright, so... montage.
Oh,
what the fuck? That's awesome.
Oh, that was great.
It says
that was good.
Don't just accept the limits. Overclock beyond them.
Okay.
It says don't just play games. Revel in them. Unleash them.
What you want, Ayame?
It says seriously. Is every game Battle Royale now? Or is it just me? From mountaintops to dungeons. From deep waters to deeper space. From solo quests to mass engagements. There is magic in PC gaming. Let's celebrate that magic together. This is the PC Gaming Show. And now your host, Sean Platt.
Oh, hello to everyone online. Hello to everyone at the Wilton. Welcome to the PC Gaming Show. Yes. My name's Dana, and I'm your host today. I am delighted to be here. We have a fantastic show for you this afternoon. First,
I think he's the guy that's been.
thanks for joining us. The Wiltern is just a beautiful venue here.
He's been doing
in
this.
Los Angeles. To all of you online on Twitch, thanks for joining
That's a lot of cards you got there, man.
That is very sick.
Like, why are you carrying this big old stack out with
It's
you?
like a
You
deck,
can't have it divided out and.
Like, why are you carrying your Yu-Gi-Oh deck around with you?
Yeah.
You're just ready to battle anytime.
Good on you.
That's terrifying.
Host here this year. I have my co-op partner up in the balcony. It's Frankie Ward joining us today. How's it going, Frankie?
Hey, Sean. I'm going to be up here in the balcony with a bunch of creative new PC games coming your way. From Warfare's latest update to some offbeat indie gems.
Frankie, we are so excited for the show to get started. We have over 30 games we're going to be looking at across the next 90 minutes. So let's get it underway. Our very first title is from Coffee Stain Studios. Their game has absolutely massive construction as well as automation. Let's take a look at Satisfactory.
World exclusive.
Oh, where's Steve Blum?
Or where's Microsoft?
Hello?
For the thing to be like world exclusive. Was a PC exclusive.
At launch.
What is this?
Better No Man's Sky?
Yeah. That's probably what it is.
Oh yeah, look, you actually have your friends there.
Okay, it looks like you're mining shit, maybe?
Mm-hmm. Building bases.
Yeah. Build resources and shit. You know what this is? This is if you were the little workers in like an RTS game where you're trying to get the resources. So you don't play as the soldiers or anything like that. You play as the people who harvest. They harvest the materials.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's what all this game is. Like maybe you playing with others or just yourself and you're building.
Building a giant fortress.
Yeah, it seems like it might be kind of cool. Got cute little aliens.
Oh, alien puppy.
Oh, yeah, it looks like there might be enemies to fight, so... Satisfactory.
Yeah.
Alright.
Joining me on the stage to talk about it is the game director.
I seriously hope he doesn't drop like that.
Can you imagine if he just drops it and
yeah,
makes
like,
them all mixed up? Like,
yeah, like, dude, your whole night is ruined. Like, the next... If you drop that shit right now, the next hour and a half is ruined.
you have to scramble like, fuck, who's next? Jit.
That's what I don't get. Like, are you gonna be standing on the stage the whole time? And if so, you couldn't have just sectioned it off and put everything in your pocket. That way you could just bust out a small little stack.
Every now and then.
But no, he's gonna have the whole hour and a half itinerary, and I'm just gonna watch him drop it.
It's gonna be great.
Expand until you finally need to start cutting down trees and replace them with like more convenient concrete.
And you know, for people who haven't played this type of game, can you give me an example of what producing a more advanced resource might look like?
Right. After a while, you'll need to create something more advanced, like a computer, for example. And at that point, you'll have some copper stuff set up, your wires and cables. But to make plastic, you need to get some oil. So you need to go out and you need to find this oil, build some oil pumps and oil refineries, and set up a transport with self-driving vehicles between the outpost and your factory.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that scale because there's a lot of games where you build a house or a small town. How much area are we talking about where all your factories will exist?
Oh, this factory will grow enormous. The main part, which will probably be the biggest, will start spreading more and more and more. Or in some cases, we'll have players just building these massive, tall buildings with factory floor upon factory floor. But including the resources that you need to gather from basically all around the map.
Yeah.
So you'll have vehicles driving all over.
Now, I want to ask about the first-person perspective because these types of games typically are top-down. Why first-person?
We wanted it to feel like the player's the one building the stuff.
Yeah.
And when you've built a bunch of stuff, you can see these enormous buildings, structures towering above you. But also when you go out and explore, you'll be the one, like, you go through the underbrush and in the jungles and whatever.
I mean, in the trailer, it even looked like there's a lot more to explore, like different environments and biomes.
Yeah. The map is, we made a point to make it big and varied.
Yeah.
And it's about 30 square kilometers in size, so it's kind of enormous.
Wow. And, one final question. I saw multiple engineers there. How does multiplayer work?
Oh, it's a co-op game. So you'll start up a server and play with your friends.
Great. Now, tell us, how do we get our hands on this game?
So we got a closed alpha planned in the coming months. So you can sign up for the alpha at satisfactorygame.com. And yeah, then you'll know.
Well, great. Oscar, thanks for joining me on stage once again. That is satisfactorygame.com. Now, up in the balcony, Frankie, I understand you have our very first indie title of the day.
We do indeed, Sean, because here's something we love about
Her
the
with that
PC
hair.
platform. It's such fertile ground for creative ideas from small teams. NeoCab is an emotional survival game set in
See, and then he moves away from the stage anyway.
Anyway,
Why
like,
can't you
okay,
store... Like, I'm gonna be going on this for the next hour and a
I
half.
hope he trips on some wire and drops it right there.
No, I need him to drop it on stage in front of the camera. I need for this to happen live. And have him be like, fuck, I don't know what to do next. Alright, so we got another world exclusive. Alright, so it seems like it's going less and less that talk show route they've been doing. I don't know, not that I mind it too much. I mean, I knew they were going to talk to people anyway, so might as well do something like that. Make people comfortable if they're going to stick around. So is this a game where you're an Uber driver?
I was gonna say, is this Space Uber?
Is Uber Driver the game?
Uber Simulator?
Now, our next game, believe it or not, is in the Battle Royale genre. Of course, it's E3 2018, what do you expect?
What,
We have
Fortnite,
7 Battle Royale games we're going to be talking about today.
PUBG.
The Battle Royale format is very simple and very flexible. Players play in an ever-shrinking space until there's one last standing. So developers have already been doing all kinds of different explorations of what this could possibly be. And our very first Battle Royale game that we'll be introducing today.
I want someone to actually make a Battle Royale game, but based on the Battle Royale manga / movie.
Yeah!
Mavericks Proving Ground.
You're just a bunch of students on an island have to kill each other.
Yeah. And when you start, you get like a random bag that comes with random stuff. Alright, so there's another world exclusive.
PUBG got a really good overhaul here, I see.
Is this what's supposed to be PUBG?
I don't know. They all look the same. Get dropped in an island and go.
Except for Fortnite, but for no other reason, because it looks cartoonish and it's colorful. What they should do, make a battle royale game, but with worms.
That'd actually be good. Cause, a lot of explosions and shit, and then someone will just throw the holy hand grenade and everyone's stuck.
Yeah. Okay, so this is actually first person. I think, but PUBG is first person, right? Or is it third person?
I don't know.
Okay.
Talking about Maverick's Proving Grounds is the CEO of Automaton Games. It's James Thompson. James, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Now, I want to immediately ask, what about Maverick's Proving Grounds distinguishes itself?
And dude is still carrying that deck around.
Still, why are you doing this to yourself?
So you could summon Exodia.
Standing kind of game type is incredibly compelling by itself, but Mavericks is really about depth. You know, we've already talked about 400 players before, and we're sort of super excited today to talk about our 5-man squad mode being 1,000 players.
Like he's about to reveal his trap card.
It's about depth as well. It's about the fact that that environment is even a bigger step, the simulation and those elements sort of combining together.
Yeah, I want to zoom in right on the 1,000 players aspect. How does that really shift the dynamic from the, say, 100 that we're typically used to?
Well, it's really about combining scale with the depth of simulation. So the fact that together, what you actually have is a landscape that means you're making decisions off a lot more information.
Yeah, I mean, because you hinted at that twice now. Like, what do you mean by there's a lot more information in the environment for players to process?
So take a concrete example, right? So let's say a player's walking through the map, they'll be leaving footprints, they'll be displacing foliage, like grass bending. But siege-style gameplay in houses, that's like
They took off tomorrow just so you could watch the Nintendo conference.
I mean, yeah, I get 2 days off at work no matter what, so you might as well pick the days that you off.
You know, I want to ask about
That's my mindset.
what more is in store for Maverick's Proving Grounds. I understand that this is...
Yeah, especially since today is like the most packed of
Yeah, so it's not just that session-based game.
Because then, like, by the time this is over, you only have like an hour and a half break till Sony.
MMORPG side of things, it's really it's a full world, not just a map. You know, so it's got a persistent game type side to it too. Yeah. But really, it's about bringing this all together into something.
He keeps talking, but I know what this is. I know this is gonna be another battle royale game.
Battle royale.
Like, yeah.
You gotta fight other people. You get their stuff when you kill them, and that's it.
You can do that now at mavericks.gg/closed-beta. And actually, if you register this week, you'll get special in-game content for free from E3.
Well, awesome.
And we have only 100,000 slots for the first group signing up, so that will give you some beta access. But I'm sure there are a lot more people than that on the stream, so quickly do that if you're interested in.
Well, James, thanks so much for joining us. Once again, that's maverick.gg. Our very next game helps showcase the extraordinary power of modders. Frankie, tell us about it.
It does indeed, Sean. On PC, we don't just play what's given to us. We mod games to make our own experiences. And for many developers, modding is a way to turn a hobby into a career. The Forgotten City is the perfect example. It's a standalone game that's a reimagining of a wildly successful mod. In fact, the first mod in history to win a National Writers Guild Award. For the first time ever, here's gameplay from the Forgotten City.
Imagine you have an award-winning mod. Not for what?
That you'll suffer
Like,
this.
imagine Skyrim.
I've spent a lifetime in this place. An ancient underground city. Its existence long forgotten. Searching for a way out. All I found is a window into the past. If even one person here commits a sin, everyone will die.
Huh?
I tried to set things right, but whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. It's all up to you now. Go back, investigate, talk to everyone, help them out if it'll win their trust. Bend the rules as far as you can. Figure out who's responsible for this, and maybe you can do what I never could. Save these people. yourself.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Coming up on the
Seems
PC
cool. Might be
Gaming
interesting.
Show, what's next for Killing Floor 2? And an unannounced
But I am
game
really wondering if
acquired
any of these are coming out for any of the consoles.
Sean Plott.
Our next game is a blast from the past. It's not a sequel or prequel or remake, but rather an entirely new game altogether. Let's take a look at Stardoc's Star Control Origins.
Better grip those cards tight.
The singularity formed, its creators uplifted into something beyond our
Don't want Weevil Underwood to grab a hold of them and then throw them overboard.
Let's pop in the ship. And then you're fucked. Oh, you got Joey. Joey will give you some of his cards.
Right.
You're a little bad.
We are here. Welcome to Star Control, a state-of-the-art international space agency tasked with the exploration of our solar system and the defense of Earth. Here resides the world's brightest minds and greatest technology, brought together by a strong curiosity to discover the unknown. Help us pioneer the future. Join today.
Star Control has accelerated the construction of our new modular deep solar system vessel specifically for this mission. It's the fastest, most expensive ship humanity has ever made, Captain.
I am Chief Viscosity Officer Windu of...
Why is this like one of those like free tip games you get?
We received traces of your radio broadcasts themselves.
Is this supposed to be like Mass Effect for kids?
I think so. They got Return about Andromeda. Here you go.
Yeah, you land on planets. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is basically Mass Effect if you're just stuck in the vehicle.
Yep.
A new alien in a delightful new spaceship.
You must be humans. We've heard so much about you.
Joining me to talk about Star Control is the director of production at Stardock, Patrick Shaw. Thanks for joining me on stage today, Patrick.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
So now just tell us straight up, what is Star Control all about?
So Star Control is an open universe action RPG. You can visit dozens of aliens, hundreds of different stars, thousands of different unique planets, and you can land on each and every one of them. And when you're driving around the planets, you can jump over canyons, blast critters, and then you can venture out into the solar system and do ship-to-ship combat with hostile aliens.
And I want to ask,
So Demon just landed in LA.
part of this game, with it being open world, how do you make sure that the
Like an
story
hour
still
ago.
stays as the focus for the player?
So he's gonna be at Sony's press conference talking about Death
He
Stranding.
better be if he just got here.
It's creative, but also has some dark, sinister
What is it?
side.
Death Stranding? Death Standing? What is it?
Yeah, Death Stranding.
We have
Okay.
an infinite universe. That is, we are fully simulating the entire universe at all times. So even if you're on some podunk little moon,
The game that's otherwise the first game made by Hideo Kojima, not under Konami.
exploring and interacting with each other.
So it's not just like at a planet there's the same town whenever you visit it. It depends on how the
After him
situation
and other people's basically made that company.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not make it, but you know,
made it
put
what
the
it is.
yeah,
That connects my story, my adventure to
you know, like put their name on the map.
Modding is going to be a big part of Star Control Origins. How does modding work?
So what's your favorite science fiction show?
Probably Firefly.
Yeah, so what would you think of making Firefly Season 2?
Shit, that's a lot of pressure, Patrick. Well, you're putting me on the spot on stage right now, yeah.
We have a week to do it, so. But anyways, in Star Control Origins, you can create your own ships, your own planets, your own galaxies. You can package up your adventures and share them with your friends online.
So someone else can take care of Firefly Season 2. That's up to you. Now, last thing I want to ask about is how multiplayer works.
Right. So in the game, we have ship-to-ship combat, and that turned out to be so popular in our early testing. They're like, we should make this a separate gameplay mode. So we did. We called it Fleet Battles. So you can create your own ships, you build them out of different pieces and parts, you attach different weapons and defenses, and then you go online to play them. You can either play local multiplayer, 2 people on the same machine, or online, ranked or online play.
Where can people go to pick up Star Control Origins?
Well, right now, Star Control Origins is available for pre-order on GOG and Steam.
Well, lovely. Guys, definitely be sure to head over to starcontrolgame.com and check them out on Steam and GOG as well.
And one more thing, we are happy to announce at the PC Gamer Show that Star Control Origins is launching on September 20th, 2018.
Look for it on September 20th. Now, our next game was PC Gamer's favorite game from E3 last year. It is Hunt Showdown from Crytek. Let's take a look at what's coming for Hunt Showdown just after E3.
So it's supposed to be like an old-time multiplayer game of sorts.
Think so?
Oh.
The fuck?
Okay then. It escalated. Why now on Steam?
With Guy from Skydance, who's here to tell me why fighting in massive mech suits is not about to go out of fashion anytime soon.
Her sleeves are cut.
I'm trying to make something for a shirt.
Was originally a single-player narrative game, but Hellfire, this new edition, what changes is that going to make?
Well, players really loved the single-player narrative, but they all kept telling us the same thing. They said, we really want it multiplayer, and we want it off-rails. And we kind of thought, that's a completely different game, but let's give it a shot. And so we got a crack team together. They put something really special. We got 4 maps. We got 6 different mechs, tons of weapons where you could just blast through the environment and other mechs alike. And it's really just an amazing experience. You can zip around in your mech. You can power over others. It's just something special.
And when is this coming out of early access? You just said we can try it right now, but you've got the full version launching soon, right?
Oh no, that's
yeah,
late.
It's coming out
Oh,
on
late,
July
yeah.
17th. But you could try it right now if you want an early access. Help us iron out the kinks and break some mechs along the process.
I am no good at ironing out kinks, as I think people at home can see, Guy. But as a heavy mech woman, I can't wait for you to be my light mech wingman in that 2v2 PvP. So let's take a closer look at Archangel Hellfire.
Let's do it.
Our next title is one I've been looking forward to for quite some time. It's from the makers of Sherlock Holmes, and it's a delightful-looking Lovecraftian mystery. It's called The Sinking City, and joining me to talk about it is the community manager at Frogwares, Sergey Oganessian. Welcome, Sergey. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've earned a handshake.
Yeah, you
Welcome
nailed that
to the stage.
pronunciation.
I love that you lie to me so kindly. You know, I want to ask right away, The Sinking City, you know, there's a lot of open world, third-person type games. What makes The Sinking City different from what a player might expect?
Well, I mean, The Sinking City is an open-world action investigation game inspired by Lovecraft. And we believe that these 3 elements already make the game pretty unique. And you know, when I say that you can be a detective in a world, in a supernatural world full of mystery and, you know, cosmic fear, like, I really mean it, because investigations are really at the core of The Sinking City.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of games in the open world genre that are focused on action, but you say investigation is at the core. What are investigation mechanics? What does it look like?
So the first thing you should know right off the bat is that we are not going to offer any hand-holding for the player. We will not give you any clear objectives in your diary or, you know, markers on the map telling you where to go or what to do. It's actually up to you to figure that out. Instead, we will give you information, you know, hints, evidence, like clues, crime scenes to examine, like people to talk to, suspects to question. And we will ask you in return to use your wits and your intuition to, experiment with your findings, maybe like find a way how to progress. And what you should also know is that finding these clues will not only help you understand what's going on and, get a better understanding of the world and its people, but it will also help you maybe change the course of your investigation.
You mentioned the world itself. I mean, the footage that I've seen through the years has just been absolutely beautiful. Talk to me about the world that we're in and what investigation is at the core.
So the game takes place in this fictional city of Oakmont in the state of Massachusetts. The city which is flooded. There is a terrible disaster going on which has claimed like thousands of lives. And also, it seems like it awakened frightening monsters which now roam the streets of Oakmont. People that live in the city, they are very different, like different social classes, gangs, cultists, poor people, rich people, but they are all united by fear. They are all afraid, maybe except for the cultists, of course. They are all afraid that, for their lives because of the flood, because of the monsters. And we actually want to understand what's going on. We want to understand what lies behind this ostensibly supernatural flood. And what's even funny is that while everybody is afraid, nobody wants to leave. But this is kind of a different story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've talked a little bit about the story world and how it's inspired by Lovecraft. What about the game mechanics? You've mentioned the sanity mechanic in the past.
Indeed, we do have a sanity mechanic which directly impacts gameplay. When our hero is under a lot of stress, when he sees like something supernatural, something disturbing, or even when he's making choices in the story which he's not comfortable with making, he will begin to lose his sanity. He will start to have hallucinations, he will start to hear distorted sounds, which will allow the player to understand that something is actually going wrong. Maybe we need to, step back and do something about that. As of right now, we're still fine-tuning this mechanic because we are still looking, for this sweet spot between impact on the gameplay and impact on the story.
Since we're almost out of time, I still just have to ask, what are the sweet monsters that we're going to get to see in the game?
Oh, we have different kinds of monsters. We have different kinds of archetypes, with different abilities. And, we actually give you tools. The game is not about fighting monsters. Investigation is the core of the game. But we give you tools to defend yourself. So we give you weapons, we give you skills, we give you even certain, traps. In return, we ask you that you make a decision, because the game is about making a decision. Ammunition is scarce, and you will have to adjust your tactics accordingly.
So I know a lot of people have all sorts of questions about what the game is like. Where can they go to find out more information?
So if you're hungry for more, you can always follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. This is where we post our updates regularly. Facebook, The Sinking City Game, YouTube, Frogwares. So go there, and this is definitely the place to go if you want to learn more.
Well, I'm super excited personally to see how it turns out. Thanks for joining me on stage, Sergey. The Sinking City. Now, our next game is a PC title that has only gotten better over the last few years, and I'm always excited to hear what they have in store. Frankie is up on the balcony with the developers of Warframe. Talk to me, Frankie.
Well, we all know the PC is home to some of the most devoted communities in gaming, and one of the best undoubtedly belongs to Warframe. Last year, the game got its first open-world update, Plains of Eidolon, and the next epic cinematic quest is called The Sacrifice. And we've got the exclusive launch trailer for you.
Pixels?
Pixels?
How all you want. It won't bring him back.
A Warframe.
Oh, okay.
Megan Everett, Community Manager at Digital Extremes, joins me now. Megan, tell me more about The Sacrifice.
So The Sacrifice is the latest installment of our cinematic quests. It continues a story that we started in The Second Dream, continued with The War Within, and then Apostasy Prologue. So at the end of last year, we kind of shattered some hearts and left them with a bit of a plot twist, and I'm not going to spoil it for people who want to
Warframe actually has a story?
But what I can say is that obviously in the trailer I saw the wait for Umbra, the 3-year wait to the Umbra Warframe is finally over. The creepy guy at the end of the trailer there, Ballas, plays a pretty big role in this quest. And again, not going to spoil a lot, but I can say that it's coming this week on PC.
And you guys are actually currently waiting, well, as well as the update, you're working towards TennoCon right now.
Yes, so it's going to be another big year for us, and I'm really excited for it.
Well, let's take a look at last year's event to get an idea of what TennoCon is all about.
What do you think the mega reveal at Tenno Live is going to be?
Can you tell me anything about this Umbra thing that's maybe going on or whatever?
It was pretty amazing. Like, it's a whole new direction for Warframe, and all this. You got all these other games coming out, but this one's free.
When's 2018 happening?
Get it started.
Given that the community knows you as Auntie Megan,
oh God,
it must be huge for you to be at TennoCon.
TennoCon is really special for really everyone that works at Digital Extremes. The developers pour their heart and soul into what we do for TennoCon, and I know for me it was literally like the best day of my entire career. I know Rebecca, our community director at home, is watching. But last year when we did the Plains of Eidolon, open world expansion reveal, Reb and I were actually doing that as a live demonstration in front of everyone, and we had practiced it for months, and it went as flawlessly as we could have ever hoped for. And we
Like, I think, I remember when I first tried out Warframe, I think all it was is just you had whatever character and then you just fought like waves of enemies. I could have sworn that's all Warframe was.
Some tears and some emotions,
Since when was all this shit?
Basically, bring tissues, right?
Bring tissues for yourself, for me, for everyone involved.
Since when did it even have a story?
Wait, it has emotions? If you can't get to TennoCon because unfortunately it is sold out, how can you watch it online?
So on twitch.tv/Warframe, you can definitely check it out. And PC Gamer is also hosting as well on their Facebook and Twitter.
And you get free stuff by watching Twitch?
You do. So if you want to link your Warframe account to your Twitch account, and all you have to do is watch and you get some free stuff.
Fantastic. So that's happening from July 7th, and you'll be able to watch TennoCon live through PC Gamer's Twitch channel and the Facebook page.
Don't get her silver skirt thing. There's 2 points in the center sticking out.
Warframe. The next name is one I grew up with, Sega. They've become a prolific publisher of Japanese games known for their fully featured ports, especially beloved by this guy on the left. Sega's bringing shining resonance both to PC and console the same day, and Shenmue is going to be coming later this year. They have all sorts of games coming up. Let's take a look at what Sega's got in store.
Montage.
Oh yeah.
I think Bayonetta bin came out. So they're just showing like probably what they
Like what they've been doing. Coming soon.
So not coming soon. Yeah, I got the Shenmue. Yeah, the Shenmues. Shining Resonance. Is that part of like the Shining games? You know, like Shining Force?
That's what I was just gonna say.
Have they been coming out with the Yakuza or something?
I guess so?
Okay, so that's the remake of the first one.
Yeah. Other Chronicles.
Somehow looks cool and adorable.
Mm-hmm.
There's 4 of those? 5 in the parts like 1 to 3.
I remember one coming out years and years ago.
Oh, and Yakuza 0.
Mm-hmm.
You Yakuza 0 is available for pre-order right now and will be releasing on Steam in early August. We hope you've been enjoying the show thus far. We have so much more great stuff to come.
Let's see at
this year's PC Gaming Show.
Coming up on the PC Gaming Show, a new publisher reveals 3 new games, and the first ever gameplay footage of Overkill's The Walking Dead. And our host, Sean Plott.
And I'm back. Our next guest is a regular here at the PC Gaming Show, having attended all 4 years. Frankie's with him up in the balcony. It's Tripwire.
Sean, if you are anything like me, you probably need to let off steam every once in a while. And I personally can't think of a better way to do it than by kicking back and tearing up a load of monstrous enemies. It's kind of either that or pushing the office photocopier out of the window, and I, for one, prefer the option that keeps me and everyone here in a job. With that in mind, I am thrilled to welcome Bill Monk from Killing Floor 2 back to E3.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Got a lot of fans in the audience still. Listen to that applause.
Yep.
They all want to know what the latest from Tripwire and Killing Floor 2 is.
Yep, we've been really busy working on Killing Floor, and we got 4 major updates that are coming out this year. The first one we dropped in March, and we're getting ready to drop the next one really soon.
Coming tomorrow, Bill. What's involved?
Yeah, so we're bringing the summer sideshow back, but this time we're mixing circus freaks with steampunk in a really fun, exciting way. And we have a really cool new system that we're adding. It's called the Weapon Upgrade System. And with this, there's 73 different weapons that we have in our game, and each one you can upgrade it and make it viable for late play. So it really adds a lot of creativity to your loadout. So I'm really excited to get that in people's hands.
So you can make your boy guns big.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Bill. Let's take a look at the trailer for Treacherous Skies Summer Sideshow.
Why only partial?
Welcome aboard the HMS Queen Victoria, ladies and gents. Ringleader Lockhart speaking to you from, well, someplace very safe, yes. You helped me escape that fray at my beloved Steamland, but now I need your help once again. I've got to get to my island in the channel. Now, listen up. I don't know how, but these blasted circus freaks followed us on board. I think it's time to put on a show. Yes, of daring deeds and horrendous bloodshed. Oh, poor me. My mechanical children have turned against me. Blasted traitors. Careful, lads. They're tough. Even removing the head will put these rebellious robots down. But take heart, lads and lasses. I have invented some new toys. The Doomstick. 4 barrels are better than 2. The Static Strikers. A shockingly stylish set of gauntlets. And the M99 Sniper Rifle. And finally, there's a last-minute addition to the crew.
What's this woman go?
Seems Mrs. Foster negotiated her way on board and is set on giving Zed
You won't like me angry.
the business. And remember, we'll see you on the airship.
Fossey, joke for you. Optician says my eyes are okay. I say, then how do you explain my husband?
Now, as is tradition, the content that you just saw will be available tomorrow, including a free weekend for PC this weekend. Definitely check it out with Killing Floor 2. But that's not all that Tripwire has. I have the president of Tripwire himself, John Gibson, on stage. John, welcome back again.
Thanks, Sean. Pleasure to be here.
Now, I understand that Tripwire is stepping into also doing publishing. What does that entail?
That's right. So, Sean, it's really challenging for developers right now with the thousands of games that are coming out every year. Yeah. It's really hard to get noticed. And then you have the traditional publishing deals. So we're giving developers fair deals. We're going to be helping them rise above that noise so they can get noticed. And because of our experience developing our own games and publishing our own games, we're going to help them with marketing, funding, mentoring, feedback to help them succeed.
Yeah, I mean, the game that we have on screen is one of those games. This is Road Redemption.
That is right. I'm happy to announce that we're going to be publishing Road Redemption. We're going to be helping them grow and succeed.
Is
more
this
on Steam,
basically
but also
Road
bring the
Rash?
franchise beyond Steam.
Road Rash?
World exclusive new game hasn't been announced
We
yet.
do. Nobody knows.
Before we roll the trailers, I wonder if you give me a little bit of a tease.
Yeah, so we're working with the team at Blindside Games, and they're led by Alex Quick.
Oh, yeah, right.
So if you're familiar with the Killing Floor universe, you know Alex Quick was the modder that created the original Killing Floor mod, which Tripwire worked with Alex to bring commercial. And then Alex went off, assembled his own team, made the game Depth, which was sharks and humans fighting each other, very, very successful. And now it's come full circle. We're working with Alex again, and we're going to bring his all-new game to market.
Well, let's take a look at it right now. World exclusive new upcoming game from Tripwire.
Close your eyes and imagine a place where the sun is bright and the beaches are white. A place filled with southern charm, where the water is as warm as the welcome. So come feel the wind in your sails. Kick back and relax. Enjoy the local cuisine. Your dream vacation is waiting for you here on the Gulf Coast.
Sharks, okay. Is this Sharknado, the game? Are you a shark? That'd be cool.
So this is basically the Jaws game?
Hell yeah.
Game.com now to book your vacation.
I could have sworn there was a Jaws game that came out years ago where you actually played as Jaws.
Maybe it was.
Yeah, I could have sworn it was like for PlayStation 2 and Xbox or something. Yeah.
John, so you get to play as the shark.
You are the shark. This is an open world action RPG where you play as a shark, or as we like to call it, a shark PG.
Oh, nice. Okay, so do you like upgrade and improve the shark? Is there like skill trees?
You do. There is a shark skill tree. Really? There is a full single player campaign. You eat your way through it. You get bigger teeth, you can jump out of the water and snatch people off piers and all of that fun stuff.
I didn't realize this was a power fantasy I needed so badly. Now, where can people go to get more information about it?
They can go to maneatergame.com.
All right, I doubt anyone will forget that here. That's maneatergame.com. John, thanks so much for joining me on stage. And once again, all the content that Tripwire showcased earlier about Killing Floor 2 and Road Redemption will be playable here at E3. Definitely be sure to check it out. Coming up next, Frankie has a whole slew of unannounced games. Frankie.
Cheers, Sean. Man-eater looking tasty there. And I can't believe they named a game after my favourite weekend activity. Indies are at the heart of PC gaming, and next up is a brand new publisher revealing 3 games for the very first time, releasing one of them, Behave Yourselves audience, today. So let's take a look.
Your name is Untitled Publisher?
Publishers? Okay.
Would be a fighting game of sorts? Like Pokemon?
Gardening game?
Yes.
Say what?
A weird, crazy game.
Right?
All these games look like must-plays. And Overwhelmed, the final game of the bunch, is available on Steam right now with a special launch discount. So make sure you check that out after the show. And if you're at E3 this week, head over to the PC Gamer corner of the Facebook booth inside the South Hall to give Overwhelm a try. Right, next up, it's time for us all to take a holiday, and where better than a virtual resort with some truly spectacular wildlife. Back again this year, our friends of the show, Frontier Developments, with a unique take on the park management genre. I am, of course, talking about Jurassic World Evolution. The long-awaited game is out tomorrow and lets you build your own dinosaur-stuffed tourist trap. What could possibly go wrong? And that's the Goldblum!
Jurassic Tycoon?
You think that things are going to turn out differently, huh?
Jurassic World.
Well, the ones before you did too. Because they believed that they were in control.
Oh hey, even got Jeff Goldblum narrating.
Shit.
Well, here's the thing. Humanity is desperate for it. We are seduced by it. Deceived by the illusion of it. But we never really possess it. Because if there's anything that chaos theory has taught us, it's that nature is on its own course. And when we interfere, when humanity tries to put nature into orderly boxes, chaos destroys them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is that no matter what, my park is gonna go down flames.
Is knowing the scope and power of what we're up against and still believing that we can win. I know, however, what I would predict.
I am
Oh, alright.
so excited for that game. Our next
Now they're coming out for
is
console.
from Insomniac, who've been making amazing games for years, and they're going to try to take their expertise and answer the question, how do you make an open world game in VR? Let's take a look at their upcoming game, Stormland.
You like a robot? Johnny 5? So Insomniac is VR PC games. Are they also making Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Is that them?
Insomnia?
Yeah. Is that them?
Should be, but I thought they were PlayStation only developer.
Unless, yeah.
That was my kid's game.
Joining me to talk about Stormland is the Chief Creative Officer at Insomniac Games. Join me in welcoming Chad Desern.
They're probably coming out for the PlayStation VR too then.
Hey, Chad, welcome to the stage.
Thank you.
I want to start right away and ask, what is this game all about?
Well, in Stormland,
Yeah, I don't know. I think Insomniac. I don't think they're actually a Sony company.
and an entity called the
I think Sony hires them to make stuff.
A lot of their games, yeah.
I don't think they're a Sony company.
To a civilization above the Thunderheads to repair yourself and save your friends.
And I want to ask what open world means in VR.
Well, for us, it's about giving the player the ability to explore the world freely with a set of Android movement abilities that are designed to give you complete agency.
Yeah, because that's always a huge question I have is how does motion work in any VR title?
Yeah, well, in Stormland, you can do things like fly just above the slipstream with your outstretched Android hands.
Yeah.
You can shoot a laser into the cloud surface and then make a ramp, kick off of that, climb up a cliffside, like literally launching yourself with your synthetic Android strength, and then like push off and glide back down using your hands to control your descent.
Just massive freedom of movement, yeah.
That's it. It's this set of mechanics that are designed together to work fluidly so that movement feels exhilarating, and you can kind of take the world at your own pace with it.
I'm curious why VR for this type of title?
There are a series of things that we're doing with Stormland that we could only do in VR. It's about the expressiveness of having tracked head and hands and how we use that for combat, how we use it for movement. Even things like scavenging technology to attach it to your body. Like you look down, you get a new piece of tech, and you attach it right into your arm. And then, suddenly you've got the ability to harness electricity or cloak yourself or all kinds of different cool Android abilities.
I mean, the art is just beautiful in the footage that we've seen. I wonder if you can talk to me a little bit about the world and what it means for it to be ever-changing.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So that entity called the Tempest rearranges everything every single week, so that we present the player with new playgrounds of movement and combat and scavenging, and you never know what you're going to discover. So every single island you find has the potential to hide an enemy stronghold or a network of underground caverns or brand new tech to scout.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask, where can you go for more information?
Well, you can stay tuned by watching the Facebook and Twitter with at Stormland VR, or you can check us out at insomniac.games.
I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for joining me, Chad. Once again, oculus.com/Stormland for more information. Frankie's up in the balcony with our next absolutely gorgeous-looking indie title.
It really is, Sean, because next up we've got a first look at a new game from publisher Raw Fury, a neo-noir detective drama featuring a Paris cabbie who finds himself drawn into a world of crime. Sacré Ruddy Bleu. Yes, I speak French. I can't wait for this one, so let's take a ride with the trailer.
Alright, what was that?
No, I'm being very impatient.
If you like that last game, you'll definitely love our next one. It's from the exact same publisher, Raw Fury. It's an open-world, narrative-focused game with an incredible art style. Let's take a look at Sable.
Show us the way. I'm caught between the wisdom parts of the unknown. A door between two worlds, a sight to see. It feels like everything is.
It looks pretty. Hi, how you doing? Let's get up.
I gotta make up a lazy dog.
Joining me to talk about Sable is pretty much the entire core development team on stage. It's Daniel Feinberg.
He wanted it to be Fable so bad.
I want to immediately ask.
Hey, look, his stack got smaller.
What can we expect?
Wait, what? That's fun.
Yeah.
World desert
It's fun throwing away ones he doesn't need.
a game
Yeah.
about
God damn it.
combat or about leveling up. It's a game about solitude and it's a game about exploration.
I
Sable.
What are you doing?
Home
What are you
to
doing?
explore this
Eh?
world filled with
Hmm?
monumental architecture, fallen spaceships, and you'll travel around on your hoverbike learning about the people, the culture, and the history of this world.
And you know, I talked about it before. I think this art style is amazing. Where's the origins of this?
So we were really heavily inspired by
Hey,
the
Dan.
clear lines
Hey, Dan.
style of French and Belgian comics, as well as Japanese animation, particularly Studio Ghibli. So we really want to feel our players to feel the same sense of wonder that you get from watching one of their films. And so from the very beginning,
Hey, Dan.
we knew that we really needed to nail the visual style. And yeah, so we put a lot of time and sort of effort into our rendering system. And yeah, we're really pleased to be able to show it to everyone.
Yeah. And I mean, I know that you two consist of most of the core development, the art and the programming. What about the music that was in that trailer?
Yeah, so that was a new track by Japanese Breakfast.
Yeah, the T-shirt. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, right. So she, Michelle, she is doing the soundtrack for the game. Japanese Breakfast is one of my favorite bands right now. It's incredible to have her on board.
It all just came together so beautifully in the trailer, and I know that you guys are really regular about updating, you know, blogs, sharing what's going on with the development. Where can people go to find more?
So they can go to our Twitter account, ShedWorksReg and ShedWorksDan, or to sablegame.com.
Lovely, gentlemen. Thanks so much for joining me. Once again, the name of the game is Sable. Our next title is one that has been in development, even showing up in our very first PC gaming show. It's Cloud Imperium Games still hard at work on their title, Star Citizen. Let's see what they have in store.
Still in development?
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah, I know, right?
Christ.
Has it been in development for like the last 20 years?
Think so? Like, when you're like going longer than Kingdom Hearts 3, like you have a problem.
Wow, it's more than just ships. There's people.
What? Why
Yeah.
are people in my space game?
I thought this game was just about spaceships. Alpha 3.2.
PC gaming show. All new gameplay footage of Just Cause 4. A closer look at The Walking Dead, the final season. All new gameplay footage of Hitman. And now your host, Sean Plott.
It's probably gonna be like the last of the stuff they show. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick.
We're also going to talk about some of the upcoming hardware trends. To join me in talking about it is the senior brand manager from Acer. It's Eric Ackerson. Thanks for joining me up here, Eric.
Sean, really excited to be here.
Now, I just want to straight up ask, what are some of the big trends that consumers can be expecting right now?
Well, right now we're developing some new products, particularly in the display space. We want to take the experience to the next level. To help with that, one of our new products is the Predator X27. It's an incredible gaming display.
Ow, oh my god, I got it.
4K and 120 hertz refresh. The users can overclock to 144. But what really takes it over to the next level is the inclusion of G-Sync HDR.
You know, I hear a lot about HDR. Can you explain a little more in detail what that is and what that means?
Well, there's quite a bit that goes into it, but for the purpose of this conversation, the fact that there are 384 individual backlit zones, so the backlighting can be individually controlled, really bright, very dark. It makes a better contrast on screen. Each of them are individually controlled. The brightness of the screen is far above a typical display. Typical, you're looking at 300 to 400 nits. We're looking at 600 with the Predator X27 with a max of 1,000 nits.
And you know, some of the titles that were showcased just now, there's a wide variety of some photorealistic, some with a really iconic art style. How does HDR contribute to that big range we see in gaming?
Well, one of the big things that helps is the color gamut that's available with these displays. We're able to do 99% of the Adobe color gamut, so it's better representing the vision of the art director.
Yeah, and some of the games that you see on screen that support HDR, Mass Effect Andromeda, Far Cry 4, Ni no Kuni 2. Again, you won't see them in HDR right now unless you have an HDR monitor. It doesn't work that way. We can't just stream it to you. But, you know, it brings me to one of my next questions about PC gamers tend to have a huge range of possible budgets. What are the different sort of products to look for at those price ranges?
Well, I mean, we cover the gamut from very simple and to the point to high-performance esports products or multi-view, surround, multi-display products. But we also go really crazy sometimes. We put our engineers to the test. What can you do if you have no limit? So one of the projects we've worked on is something called the Predator 21X. This is a 21-inch curved screen laptop with a mechanical keyboard and two graphics cards. Science, materials. We did a really good thing. But you know what? To be serious, not just a joke, we actually have to ship this with a Pelican case to protect the laptop, and it sells for $9,000. And we sold every single unit we could make. So we cover every spectrum of gaming.
You know, you brought up this Predator laptop, you brought up the Predator monitors at the start of this segment. Where can people go to hear more about or even pick one up once they stop being sold out?
So the good news is that we're shipping now. Our customers, partners are selling them. The bad news is a few have already sold out of this new Predator X27 monitor. I believe Micro Center is still in stock. Amazon will be in stock again soon.
Well, thank you so much for joining me on stage, Eric. Frankie is awaiting in the balcony with our very next title.
The PC has always been the platform for crazy ideas. In our next game, Genesis Alpha 1, you build and manage a space vessel, farm resources, deal with terrifying alien infestations, and explore a vast, randomly generated universe. Oh, and you can take DNA from the aliens you encounter across the galaxy, splice them with members of your crew to create new life forms. Just a typical day at the office. Let's take a look.
Greetings, Commander. You have been sent to Quadrant Alpha 1. The mission is to find a new home for the crew on board of this ship. Expand your ship and explore the galaxy for resources and interesting new life forms.
Over there?
Feel free to experiment with DNA and alien abilities to maximize crew efficiency. Ready your weapons.
Yeah, I know. Come here. That's not your computer. Dumb bitch.
Now, if you didn't catch the pre-show quiz, you might be wondering who my buddy is. Well, this, ladies and gentlemen, is Webster from Drake's Cakes, one of the PC gaming show's sponsors this year. And he's got a cool competition for you, the Drake's Cakes PAX giveaway. Oh yes. PAX is a gathering of PC and tabletop games, concerts, panels, exhibits, and tournaments. It's like a 4-day LAN party, festival, workshop.
That wasn't your stuff, I swear. That wasn't your stuff, okay?
The winner will enjoy a trip to
I didn't poke your microphone.
2 tickets and a free trip to Seattle. So if that's you,
You poked the microphone?
Well, yeah, I was just getting close to it. She's like, what is this thing?
Webster, my man duck, this is very generous of
His
you
butt.
indeed. And by entering,
His
guys,
butt.
you will get a discount code to get your hands on some delicious Drake's Cakes available on Amazon. And if you're at E3 itself,
there's
don't
a-
forget you can enjoy
That's
Webster
cool.
in person at the
In case you need a snack on the
Walkway,
E3
where
floor.
he'll be giving away Drake's
I'm ready to
Wine and
eat
extra
these
treats.
disgusting fucks.
So if you see him, give him a fist bump on my behalf. I'll take one now. Thank you very much, Webster. So if you have ever dreamt of spending a weekend knee-deep in one of Earth's best gaming festivals, visit pcgamer.com/Drake's Cakes and enter now for a chance to win and hang out with Webster. All right, Webster, all this hosting has got me a bit peckish. How about we look at a trailer for the next edition of Clay Entertainment's beloved survival series, Don't Starve, Hamlet.
Have werewolves. After who?
Hell yeah.
So this is supposed to be the second one?
Yes?
I never played this one.
Yeah, I never played this game either. Yeah, exactly game. But
Our next title is the next installment in a series that never fails to make me laugh. It's Just Cause 4, and they have a brand new engine to bring the level of delicious insanity one notch up. Let's take a look at what the Apex engine in Just Cause 4 can really do. Joining me to talk about it on stage now, from Avalanche Studios, it's Francesco Antolini and Adam Davidson. Gentlemen, welcome. Talk to me about the tornado.
It's fantastic, isn't it? So it's a very nice piece of tech. It's not just beautiful, but thanks to Apex, it's also a bad boy that actually works. It's fully physicalized.
Yeah.
This means that it's roaming the world.
Alright, this should be getting close to being over so we can go and
Background piece, it's actually impacting.
take it in.
It's just cause, man. You go there and you play with it. Yeah.
You know, throughout the trailer,
Especially before we get to Sony's
a lot of
conference,
different environments,
which is what I really want.
And that's all I wanted for today. It was just
Yeah.
Sony's.
One of the most important
Sony's and Squares.
Squares,
Yeah.
that's it.
Cause was bringing a lot more variety.
And tomorrow will just be Nintendo.
Yeah, and that's it. We're done.
So instead of one kind of region of like say.
But those are the ones I look forward to the most, is the big company ones, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, because these are the big console companies.
All of which are rendered beautifully with the new Apex engine.
Like, these are nice because you get to see games that you typically wouldn't see.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you're going to be a Steam sale soon.
Like the wingsuit.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy you and never play it.
Like, are those coming back in Just Cause 4?
Everything you love from Just Cause 3 is back.
Good.
But everything is also just better. There's more to do, more to discover. For example, the grappling hook is completely customizable. The combat model has been completely reworked, redesigned, enhanced. So new weapon, new enemies, new AI. We've got extreme weather that interacts with grappling hook and parachute.
The wind that we saw from the tornadoes, is it just like basic wind effects also get incorporated as well?
Again, it just goes, so nothing, just an effect. So if there is wind, it's physics and acts with your parachute, grappling hook, and the rest. Yeah.
Well, where can people go to get some, we'll call it first-hand footage of what Just Cause 4 can deliver?
They can check it out at justcause.com/E3 for 3 days.
That's right. Believe it or not, E3 hasn't started yet. Starts tomorrow. So June 12th through 14th, you can check it out. Thanks so much for joining us on stage. I look forward to the hilarity of Just Cause 4. Now, our next title is one of my all-time favorite IPs. I can't wait for Frankie to talk to you about The Walking Dead.
Overkill Software and Starbreeze are the creators of Payday and Payday 2. Therefore, it goes without saying that these studios are some of the most talented makers of cooperative shooters, and their next one is set in a familiar but new apocalyptic Washington, D.C. Here's the first gameplay footage for Overkill's The Walking Dead, and keep your eyes peeled for the release date at the end.
Alright, so I think this is supposed to be an actual, Walking Dead. Starbreeze Studios. They're still around? I think I first really knew of them when they made that, they made a Chronicles of Riddick game.
Oh, okay. Why they decided.
Well, that was back during the original Xbox, and the game that they made was actually awesome.
Oh.
So then they started making like other games, but that's where like I really remember them from. But I know they made other stuff. Can't remember.
Alone, we're weak, but together, we might stand a chance.
Until you meet Rick and their crew.
Right,
and
then
fuck all your shit up. Not because they're gonna go and fight them, but because we'll let them in,
and then something is gonna happen, and
And I have more good news for fans of The Walking Dead. Overkill's game for The Walking Dead, of course, coming soon, but we have a second, completely different Walking Dead game that we're getting the chance to talk about right now. This is Telltale's The Walking Dead, the final season. Joining me on stage to talk about is the lead writer, James Windler.
Well, I think there's only like 3 of these games, right?
Myself, Melissa Hutchison. Thanks for joining me on the stage.
Our pleasure.
Thank you. Now, I want to ask right away for, people who've played through the first 3 seasons of The Walking Dead. In terms of the gameplay, what's some of the familiar and what's some of the new?
Okay, so for people who don't know Telltale, we are a story-based company. We focus on narrative. We've had our roots in the old-school point-and-click adventure games, but we've developed our own cinematic style and almost a signature mechanic, like our choice wheel.
Yeah.
And that's all familiar. The choices branch the narrative. What's new this year, we have like traditionally like combat and action we've done with QTEs and like swipes and button mashes and all of that. This year, with the final season, we're introducing segments of unscripted combat.
Yeah, we see some of this right here.
Yeah, so Clem probably just brutalized a zombie there.
Of course she is.
And oh yeah, so we also have like the orbital cam, like the over-the-shoulder camera. So that's like offering our players opportunities to explore our environments, which you can also see from the B-roll. Is like they're looking really, really good with this graphic black art style that we're employing.
Yeah, because in the previous games it was much more of a directed camera from scene to scene, but now you can really sort of explore the environment on your own.
Absolutely, yeah, and yeah.
Now I want to ask about the story. I mean, Telltale games always have that as the central feature. Where does The Walking Dead, the final season, start off?
Okay, so it starts, Clementine has been on the road for a long time. We are post-time jump in the comics. She's been on the road, she's traveling.
There's a
with,
time jump in the
AJ,
comics?
Who is an orphan boy.
Okay.
Who is the closest thing that she has to
No.
family. But they're reaching
Naruto.
running out
Yeah,
of steam.
but exactly. It's like Naruto. But I only read like the first 100.
The final season, Clementine discovers a school, a secluded school, where there are no adults. And
So it controls like every other video game?
Challenges she's going to face throughout the season.
Oh, all kinds of challenges. Yeah, like zombie threat all the time. Yeah.
Looks like she has someone
And then there's always the external threat. At some point, they're going to be adults coming in representing the external threat.
I want to ask what your experience has been like, because it's rare to have a voice actress journey along with a character in a multi-year journey. I mean, how long ago was the first recording that you did?
I know.
Well, it was 2012, but we might have even started in 2011. I don't know.
We're not going to do math on air.
Yeah, we're
That's
not
always
doing
a
math.
bad idea.
That's not happening right now. It's been a long time, and it's not only just playing one character. It's actually been aging with her, growing with her, and falling deeper and deeper in love with her. And starting as this young child who's playing as Lee, it's your job to protect her, and then organically moving through all these seasons, and now you're playing as Clementine. I mean, really, this is a fan-driven game, so this final season is for the fans, and you're going to be playing as Clementine and protecting AJ, and this is just near and dear to my heart. And
how do you feel about the fact that this is the end?
Well, I mean, it's bittersweet. I'm super sad. I'm super psyched. Of course, it'll be sad to end her journey, but I'm really looking forward. Obviously,
she's gonna die.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, she's gonna die, isn't she?
That the writers and the creators
Like,
are going
how
to
can a story end for a character in Walking Dead other than in death?
Then they die. And then the next season takes place with the little black child.
Well, I'm someone who's played through all of the Telltale Walking Dead games. I'd love to know when the final season is coming out.
August 14th. We ship August 14th, and it's available for pre-order right now.
Be sure to check it out. Thank you so much for joining me on stage today. Once again, that's thewalkingdeadgame.com, or you can find it on Steam as well. And for our next title, Frankie, we're going to head back to you on the balcony.
Next up, have I got a treat for you. Coming straight out of Finland from Nolla Games, it's a magical action roguelike that asks, is that a wand in your pocket? Or are you just trying to kill me? Don't let the retro art style fool you. Noita is set in a procedurally generated world where every pixel is physically simulated. Let's take a look.
Hand grenade?
What, we holding?
Yeah.
Looks
like...
like...
he threw.
Oh. Kinda cool.
Our next title is one that's very near and dear to my heart, as it is the spiritual successor to one of my favorite childhood games, Theme Hospital. Joining me to talk about it are the two founders of 2 Point Studios to talk about 2 Point Hospital. Join me in welcoming Dr. Webley and Dr. Carr. Wow. Great suits. I mean, I gotta ask, as two fully trained medical professionals, how does one run a hospital in 2 Point Hospital? What's going on with the mic? What's going on with the mic?
The fuck?
Wait, oh my gosh, is the stethoscope eliminating your microphone? Oh, you know what? We do this every year. Come here, talk to me.
Okay.
How do we run a hospital?
So 2 Point Hospital is a game about designing and building.
As a cover up the stethoscope.
Talk directly at my tie.
Yeah, this is, you said don't talk there.
Yeah.
I got to look out here, you said.
Yeah, no, just look straight at the ground.
There's a lot of customization. Is this not working at all?
Yeah, it's great.
Doing great. Carry on. I'll carry on then. Yeah, a lot of customization, a lot of interesting
Yeah.
characters in our world, which with all these different characters, we had to come up with some really interesting illnesses.
There's actually another game that you might be interested, where it's kind of like Sims, but you're running a prison.
And curing people with different ailments. And as you can see on the screen, we've got...
They just put something in their butt.
This is real. We actually researched this. It's a certain animal.
He tried to shut up his butt. I saw it.
You can train your doctors to be better, your nurses to be better, do research so you can unlock new wonderful cures.
Yeah. You know,
saying everything, isn't it?
Sorry,
I didn't know if your mic was working. I was backfilling. Carry on.
Yeah, so I mean, no, tell me about it. Like, what is the sort of late game sort of experience that you'll be playing through? Because this looks like it's quite deep into the running of a hospital.
Yeah, this is later on. So you start off and you're researching and you're
When this comes out?
staff, you're diagnosing illnesses, and you're hopefully curing them and making money, and then getting off.
I see this malady. Yeah, I see this malady called turtle head. Can you explain a little bit about what that is?
Like, did you see the game where you like build a factory in space?
Becomes so shrunken, it gets stuck in the neck orifice, just pops out slightly, and it has to be extracted. And Mark, how's it get extracted?
This is something you've. We've all been there. I know. This is one where a little bit of suction always helps, and
and
it's gone.
And out it comes.
You need $10,000.
Research how to do that.
That's actually a real illness.
Yeah, it is.
Treatment turtle head.
I had to ask about something that I think every young man has to deal with at some point. What is a monobrow infestation?
Yeah, well, monobrow is,
follically enhanced.
Yes.
Problem. We've all been there.
Yeah. I haven't.
No, okay.
But it needs to be diagnosed and cured pretty quickly. If it doesn't, it'll fester, and you might shed a bit of hair, and in fact,
it will actually leave the body, and it needs to be got rid of before the health inspectors arrive.
It looks like the monobrows are multiplying in the hospital.
They breed they're big breeders. The monobrows,
they like
monobeasts.
They like dirty places.
Oh my god.
What the
What the fuck? They're like roaches.
Hospital clean and well maintained. Otherwise, they're going to breed, and you'll have a trouble.
I want to ask about sort of how the game evolves over time, because Theme Hospital was very mission-based. How does the experience of running a hospital change as the game goes on?
Yeah, so once you've started your first hospital, it's a pretty simple affair, and then you move on through 2 Point County. There's different regions. There's a cold region. There's warm regions with contagious diseases, and there's
poor regions, there's rich regions.
Yeah. So we've got volcanoes.
Yeah.
In fact,
We've got all sorts of wonderful. Weird effects can happen.
It should be almost over.
Struggle to
Especially because I really got to charge my laptop.
Because a volcano went off nearby.
Yeah, it's about spinning plates, isn't it?
Yeah, like the charge on it don't really last that long.
Something happens.
The battery's
I'd love
gone
to
bad
know
or
more
something.
information about when 2 Point Hospital is coming out.
Well, we're coming out fall, and you can check us out by going onto our Steam page and hopefully wish listing.
So IHOP is selling burgers now?
Yeah, it's international. Everyone thought it was me, because I don't know if you saw everyone saying IHOB.
Yeah.
Everyone thought it was like, oh, maybe like breakfast or brunch. That was burgers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Their house of burgers now.
Okay. Well, I mean, I doubt they officially changed their name, but just the fact that now They're selling burgers.
I mean, they've been selling burgers.
Really?
Who orders burgers at IHOP?
You may have even seen it getting streamed on Twitch in the previous
Type of evil person.
Let's take a look at
Dumbass doesn't know how good their chicken and waffles are.
No.
I would say it's Fortnite, but I think it's Paladins.
Oh, it's Paladin. Yeah, it's Paladin.
Like if Overwatch and Fortnite had a fuck baby.
Realm
Royale. What the fuck?
Joining me to talk about Realm Royale is the executive producer at High Res Studios. It's Rory Newbro, aka Dry Bear. Mr. Dry Bear, what separates Realm Royale from other types of battle royale games in the genre?
It's a good question. So before you go up into the air to determine where you land on the map, you'll actually choose from a list of fantasy classes like mage or hunter or assassin and specify a unique play style before you land.
How do these different classes work?
So the engineer will be more about bunkering down, putting up shields, putting down turrets. The assassin will get behind the lines using stealth, use a sniper rifle to take out targets, and the warrior will just jump in there throwing axes and being crazy.
And, you know, in some of the streams that I've watched, it also seemed like there were abilities, not just the loot and find stuff. Can you talk to me about how the ability mechanics work?
Those are the deluxe edition for
Yeah, I know, I saw it. It's $229.
Oh, what
But it
the
specifies your play style, and so as you're looting abilities,
There's a deluxe edition that's the exact same thing, but doesn't come with the figures.
determine the play style
Like
you want, and so you can just really.
I mean, one of those.
And you know, you mentioned
Just
this
the
stream.
high arts.
Talk to me about crafting in the game. I mean, how does crafting work in a game where there's a constant?
I just kind of wish it was like Sora and Riku and not Sora.
Strewn across the map.
Sora and Riku, then yeah, I would get that.
And so once you go to the forge, you'll collect shards from disenchanting loot you find as you're going about, and you'll use these shards to start crafting.
I mean, I'd rather get
very
like the
powerful
deluxe
pieces that
Yeah, the
everyone
deluxe edition's that
wants.
because it has the art book, little pin.
Stack
Yeah.
appear above the forge, and everyone
need
comes
the-
over to fight. Big team fight.
It's cool that they did that, but
It's currently available for
yeah.
free on Steam.
I feel
But
nothing.
here that you have some goodies people can check out.
Yes, anyway, it was Sora and Riku. Okay, here's my
Steam,
picture.
we're actually out for less than a week now, and we
You
are
can go down
number
with it.
4 on Steam charts. And this week at E3, through Mixer, if you stream on Mixer and you're playing, the streamer that gets closest to the Crown Royale will enter into the hype zone, and so everyone will see you on. You'll be featured on the main page of Mixer, and you'll have a chance to win the Jailbird chicken skin, which is our first piece of cosmetic. It's a little chicken with like a little jailbird like prisoner outfit and just box around. It's hilarious.
Yeah, and if you don't know the chicken mechanic, seriously, please look it up right now. Rory, thanks so much for joining me on stage to talk about Realm Royale. Once
Thanks, sir.
again, it's for free on Steam right now. Our next game is one that was shown at last year's PC gaming show, and Frankie has some updates of what they've been up to.
Yes, John, as you may remember, our next game is made by a core team of just 2 people. It's called Ooblets, and it's a farming and creature collecting indie inspired by Pokemon, Harvest Moon, and Animal Crossing. This fresh trailer features a first look at their unique combat system, along with plenty of cute ooblets and environments. Let's take a gander.
Oh yeah, so Unravel 2. Do you even get the first one?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh.
I have a little Yarny figure too.
Yeah, I always wanted to get with the Yarny figure and I never did. It's like a adorable game.
Yeah, it was
Play.
very cute.
Yeah. Ooblets coming to PC and Xbox One. You guys might be interested in that.
Yeah.
Now, it wouldn't be a PC gaming show without a dash of strategy, which is why I'm delighted that we get the chance to share with you the next in the Anno games. Let's take a look at Anno 1880.
Lay down.
Hey,
Lay down.
Hey, lay down. You're wagging your tail.
Lay down. I don't think so.
Stacy. You heard that, Stacy?
What? It is? Are you sure?
I'm quite positive.
Positive?
Joining me on the stage to talk about it is the
I know,
executive
okay.
producer, Bernard Rathheim,
Please
and
quietly
developer Bastian Thun.
close your mouth.
Gentlemen, welcome to the stage. I want to begin right away by
Damn, this has actually gone over an hour and a half. When are you going to end? I need you to end. I need to take a break.
Yeah, well, I know 1800 is a PC only real-time strategy game. And it's kind of
you're not
mixing,
sitting because she's supposed to food, that's why she's freaking
together
out.
with economic simulation. And
Put me down so I can do my best.
its core,
I can do the
it's
most.
a sandbox game. So
I'm hungry, I just want to inspect the food. I just want to make sure it meets quality.
explore the world
It
and
meets quality.
new cities.
I need to make sure everything.
Talk to me a little bit about why the choice
Also,
in
when you inspect the
1960
food.
for this game.
Well, the
I'm
19th
gonna
century
take the
is
food out, okay?
such an interesting era. There was so much
I'm gonna try, though.
happening.
Yeah, but it's got a lot of garlic.
So we had two industrial
Yep.
revolutions. We had major scientific inventions and also big social changes, and also the creation of the big imperial empires. So it's a really rich era.
And what are some of the elements that we'll get to see from the 19th century in Anno 1800?
So it's kind of for the player. It's well, basically you start with the first kind of medieval settlements, and then it's a kind of a journey through the 19th century. So it's a kind of you explore everything that kind of happened in this rich era.
And I understand that you have a very unique take on how to work with the community, how to gather feedback. I was wondering if you could talk to me about what is Anno Union.
So last year at Gamescom, when we actually revealed the game, we decided on, you know what, it's pre-alpha, we revealed the game. We invited the community to basically become a member of our development team. So we launched our Anno Union platform. It's a place where we give constant weekly updates on the current development and invite players to give feedback and basically help us developing the game.
Can you give me like an example of
MIT scientists created a psychopath AI by feeding it violent content from Reddit.
We did, so like feedback we got on our blogs and focus playtests where invited players. We got so much great feedback, which had to completely rebalance the mid and late game of the game. Also, we heavily expanded on core features of the game based on feedback. We said like, okay, that really seems to work. Players like that, so okay. Let's do it like improve the quality a little bit even more.
Yeah.
But they can also vote on actual game content. So we had a big vote for an AI opponent in the game, for a community creation contest where they could create their own island and stuff like this.
And I understand that some of this footage that you're sharing right now is pieces that people can go to anno-union.com and vote on right now.
Exactly. So just in time for E3, you can go to anno-union.com, check out, we have a vote up where you can vote on one of 5 ships in the game. And that's only the first stage, because in the second stage, we will allow you to design your
So that Starlink Star Fox thing is $74.99.
And in your own design nodes.
To get the Starlink with the Star Fox?
Yep.
And the winner of the contest will actually
Alright, I guess that's alright.
It's not too terrible, yeah, because it's the game with the...
Yeah, if you told me, like, it was just that for the Star Fox, then I'd tell you to go fuck yourself.
Yeah. That's not too bad.
That's basically our big
So that thing's like $25.
We want to invite especially strategy gamers, PC players.
I mean, it's not bad for, like,
sharing feedback, just check
the sequel Star Fox.
The sequel I always wanted.
Yeah, the sequel always wanted since Star Fox 64.
Battle Royale of the Night, and Frankie is going to be talking about it. And it's a little bit maybe not what you'd expect.
Publisher TinyBuild is known for discovering distinctive indie developers and bringing their quirky ideas to the fore, with Cluster Truck, Speedrunners, and Hello Neighbor among their catalogue of hits. And now I'm delighted to be able to bring you the world-exclusive reveal of a game developed by Galvanic Games in cooperation with Explosion. Inspired by the Cyanide and Happiness webcomic, Rapture Rejects is Battle Royale as you've never seen one before, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not. Top-down, isometric, cartoony, and basically bonkers. Let's take a look at what happens when the man upstairs makes an epic fail and only beams up the bad people. Introducing Rapture Rejects.
Dear God, every day I strive to be.
Oh, what the
What?
I pray that when Judgment Day, that most holiest of days, comes upon us, when you bring all the
Wait,
good
wait,
people
wait,
to
wait.
heaven, that I may live in eternal glory by your side.
No, no. Yep. It did. What? Oh,
So Rapture?
What?
Oh.
What
the fuck? Alright, that might be cool. Yeah.
I can't believe we got to show that trailer. That's so great. Our final game that we'll be showcasing.
Oh, finally.
this evening is from
So this ended up being like a 2-hour thing.
Holy shit, guys.
Yeah.
the Hitman series. Let's take a look at a brand new trailer from Hitman 2.
So yeah, it's published by Warner Brothers now. Still same company that makes it, but now it ain't under Square anymore.
Welcome to Miami, 47.
Ooh.
The innovation race is on its last day, and it is down to the wire. The Providence defectors are Robert and Sierra Knox. A day of high-octane thrills and two very public targets.
Yeah, I haven't played the last couple Hitmans. Looks like he was throwing a prosthetic arm or... To play sniper assassin.
Joining me to talk about Hitman 2 is game director from IO Interactive, Jacob Mickelson. Join me up here, Jacob. Come on out, we've got to talk. Assassination.
Remember when I played the first Hitman when it came out on PC, like a century ago?
Agent 47 doing in Miami?
Well, he's there to pay a visit to Sharon Robert Knox, who are part of the Kronstadt.
Bless you.
Bless you.
You all know how that ends, right?
Well, given that it's a Hitman game, I have some hints. And I always felt like in the Hitman games, the environment was so critical, trying to study, trying to understand it. What are some of the elements in Miami that will show up in Hitman 2?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Miami is one of the biggest events we've ever created in the game. And in Miami, we have, of course, the race as the centerpiece.
Yeah.
But being this super high detailed sandbox, we also go to great lengths to actually create all the surrounding bits and pieces, like you have here, backstage area. Of course, we also have that in Miami. So pits and paddocks, there's an emergency room, and so on. So all the facilities needed in order for you to kind of make your own way through the mission and take advantage of the locations and all the different disguises and items you stumble upon as you move in closer to your targets.
And in terms of mechanics, I know that there's going to be a lot of the familiar feels, but what are some of the brand new mechanics that are in Hitman?
Yeah, some of the new stuff is, for instance, the crowds we saw here in Miami. First of all, there's more than ever.
Yeah,
there's close to 2,000 people now in the scenes. And on top of that, we also introduced a new crowd mechanic where you can dip into the crowd if you get in trouble. So as long as they are not fleeing or running away, then they're there for you to hide in, so in case you get chased by guards. Another new thing is the picture-in-picture mechanic where you get information about what's going on other places in the level. So if you're setting up traps and stuff like that, you can kind of keep track of where the important characters are. And last but not least, we have the fan favorite, which is the sniper briefcase is back. But this time it's not only for sniper rifles, it's also for all the other things you want to carry around kind of without causing too much attention to it.
And I want to ask you about some of the weapons and the disguises that have been showing up throughout that trailer.
Yeah, we go to great lengths. I think the theme of this showing is going to be the fish. It's really it's a studio favorite. We're having a lot of laughs at that, right? And then of course you just saw it in the kitchen as a frying pan. So we all know the kitchen is the most dangerous room in your house, right?
Yeah,
so
of course.
Also counts in Hitman.
And I want to ask about some of my favorite content from Hitman.
He's just
things
looking
like
outside.
Exclusive targets, limited time events. Will those be making a comeback?
Absolutely. So there's
He's in
going to
deep
be
thought.
escalations for you to kind of challenge the game in many different ways. There's going to be challenge packs, again, new challenge for you. And then, of course, the elusive targets that pop up for a short period of time only. And you have one shot at this or, go bust.
As my final question, the expected question, when does Hitman 2 come out?
Hitman 2 comes out November 13, and if you pre-order right now, you also get access to a new game mode called Sniper Assassin, where you get to play as Agent 47, and also, for the first time in the franchise, you can play along with a friend in the co-op mode.
Well, Jacob, thank you so much for coming out. I'm super looking forward to Hitman 2.
Thank you.
I might be the worst Hitman ever, but I try hard. Now, Jacob, I'm going to thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to escort you off to the right. So you're going to rush off this way, because coming in from the left, for the first time ever, vaguely nearby me, it's the co-host, Frankie. Come here, Frankie.
They let me come down from the balcony for good behavior.
Excellent. Well, Frankie, we did it.
We
the
did.
PC Gaming Show is done. Thank you so much for joining us to host this year.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for all of you who came out to the Will Turn and joined us today. It was a blast. Thanks to Twitch chat. I know that everything you said was appropriate and intelligently thought out. And of course, this year we're curating even more great PC games from the Facebook booth in E3 South Hall. Last, and of course not least, a huge thank you to all our wonderful sponsors who let the PC Gaming Show come back for a fourth straight year. They are Hi-Res Studios, Digital Extremes, Archangel Hellfire, Team 17, Stardock Entertainment, Acer, Predator, Improbable, Oculus Rift, Drake's Cakes, Tripwire, Frontier Developments, and Square Enix. We hope you have a wonderful E3 and go play some damn video games. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
We did it. We got through all of it.
it.
You know what's sad though is that was actually a little bit more entertaining than. Well, no. Well, Square was good just because they did show a few cool games and it was over in a half hour.
Yeah.
But it was more entertaining than Ubisoft.
It was. There was no dancing
And then
canvas.
it's time for Sony to wrap up the second day of press conferences. So exciting little 90 minutes that we've got coming up here, and then up to Sony. But let's talk about what did it for you during the PC Gaming Show. Again, a lot of stuff. Some of it we knew, some of it brand new. Zeke, thank you for raising your hand. What did it for you?
Yakuza on PC. That was my. I had to change my pants.
So, alright, so I'm gonna stop stuff for now, so that way we can go take a break, go handle life and stuff.
I was reading through tweets and someone else had to say it, and I went, wait a minute, this is on the PC Gaming Show. That means it's coming to PC. Oh, it was great.
All of them.
Yeah.
Excited. I turn to you. It's like I'm then looking forward for that Steam sale pack. That's like here's 50 Yakuza games for $19.
Apparently, I don't know if it's Zero or Kiwami. I think it's Zero, but it is really cheap on Steam right now.
Should already
Yeah,
be on top
check
of that.
it out.
I'm on it.
Check a look.
All right. So we've got a vote for Yakuza on PC, the series.
How are you going with like older games though when you get so much new stuff, newness
Right,
coming out?
I know, but like
Maneater, you could be a
Maneater.
shark.
I want to be a shark.
We saw that, right? Y'all saw
You
that?
get shark-based abilities? Like what?
A shark skill tree.
That's
I
beautiful.
heard discussed.
I like it. Could solve my video aquaphobia.
Yeah, is that gonna solve it?
I said Subnautica didn't, but I didn't get to play the bad guy in
Predator.
Subnautica.
Yeah.
It's like maybe if I can be the shark, I can get rid of that.
Yeah.
Rapture Rejects looks really funny. I don't
It
know
looks
what the gameplay is going to
funny.
be.
It was funny.
Yeah.
And then, the gameplay.
Well,
It's
so-
fun. I'm sure it's fun.
We've
I don't
seen
know if
those
that's
shooters.
what I'm looking for in a Royale game, but it's cool. It's cool nonetheless. I would like to talk about this year. I was kind of rocked by a game that introduced some really, really interesting mechanics, and I know you two sitting next to me are actually quite familiar with the game I'm about to talk about. That was Eco.
Oh, what a good game. You missed it. It's out there. Download it.
They didn't show it on the PC Gaming Show, but what they did show is the first game, and that was Satisfactory, and that looks awesome.
Massive resource management is my go-to like anytime game, man. And that was just the complexities of it and like what is the main objective of the game? Is it just to build the factory? But why are you building the factory? Where are you? Is it multiplayer? I want to know everything about this game.
That's the biggest
It has to
question.
be multiplayer,
Is it
right?
multiplayer? Because I was watching the units, the humanoid units in there, and they were all visually similar. Like there was no like character creation, which makes me think. It makes me worried that it's a single player. If it's a single player, I'm gonna be a little sad.
There's no way.
Didn't
There's
they say it was
no
multiplayer?
way. I hope they did, and I just didn't
Somebody
hear it
tweet me,
because
I'm
my
gonna
mouth
check.
was open just